Kuhn is the fullback with the first and goal. Kuhn gets the call. Pyle trying to get his way in for the touchdown. What a great second effort. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. I said so. I keep big bills up in my heart on the dirty like blood. So ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful.
Old Pack, what's going on? Your boy, the Wolf of Roto Street, RotoStreetJournal.com. We breed and feed you fantasy wolves here with your Week 11 fantasy tailgate. All of your sits, starts, all the news you need to know, and there is a shitload of it to break down this morning. So hopefully you're ready to strap on in. We'll have about 15 to 20 minutes covering all the news we've got. We'll keep our eyes peeled on anything that will break. Looking forward to this one, though. Only 4 more games left in the regular season till your fantasy playoffs. You got to get the W, and we are here to help you. I, of course, am the Wolf. With me, as always, on your Sunday mornings is CJay in witness protection. How are you, CJay?
Hey, you can see me a little bit today.
We get the glimpse. I think Ben Thompson's going to be a little upset, though. He doesn't get the shine of the face. Where's that at?
That's true. I mean, it's here.
It's
a weird week. We have a lot of injuries. We have Lamar with poopy pants. We have a bunch of stuff's going on right now.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on indeed. So we'll cover it as much as we can, as much as we know. And of course, we'll keep tracking the news. Already getting 5 questions on in the mail at 10. I see them going up as we go. Love to see it. Keep those questions, comments coming on in as you join here. If you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button as well, help us get out to more people. Help us continue to grow the Pack Wolf Pack. We will hit all these questions, no doubt about it. But let's get to the news. First, just Thursday Night Football takeaways. I don't think there's a lot of fantasy news. Other than it might be a mess between Harris and Ramondre rest of season. They're both going to be great. Like, they both were churning all night. Neither found the end zone, though, and that's when it's going to be kind of ugly for this Pats backfield. That was the fantasy takeaway for me. I didn't think there's a whole lot else to pay attention to, other than the fact that the Pats are now rolling. I fucking love this team. I love Mac Jones. 5 straight wins. We're going to the Super Bowl, CJ. I'm convinced. Optimistic Pats fan, as I always am, but I love this squad.
Hey,
What are your thoughts on this Pats team?
So it was back in March. Remember, like, they were kind of linked to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I put a future on them
Oh,
to win the
nice.
Super Bowl at like something nuts, like 30-1 or 40-1 or something.
Oh, baby.
So yeah, I kind of looked into it. I missed out on Watson, but figured it out.
I love it. The AFC wide open. I know the Chiefs are looking better. I mean, we saw one good week out of them. I'm not going to crown the Chiefs back quite yet. They might be, but even still, I love this Pats team. They are rolling. That defense, Judon is a monster.
Insane.
Just fucking love it. All great stuff. So let's get on to the notes. So there was not a lot of fantasy takeaways. The Falcons blow. They suck without quarterback.
What are your thoughts on Pitts? Do you think I have him in 2 leagues right now, and I'm very disappointed?
I think it really will depend on who they're facing. When there is a smart enough like D coordinator, such as the Pats, such as Belichick, who thrives on taking one weapon out, he's their only weapon, especially when Corderella's out. So yeah, you got to be nerve-wracked for that. He clearly is not capable at this stage of beating the double teams, beating the number 1 corners. I think long-term, of course, he will as a weapon. He still looks elite. So you'll get the matchups when he's facing bad tight end defenses or, bad overall secondaries. He's still going to be fine. But yeah, I think he is more matchup based. And I had him outside my top 12, I believe, this week. I was 6 spots lower than the ECR minimum. So that's what I was planning on, and that's how it went. I would be nervous about him. Yeah, CJ. It depends on the matchup, but not great. Not great at all. Let's rip through these news. I know there's a lot of news to cover, so I'll go as fast as I can here. I'll ask if there's anything we need any clarity on. I'll rip through this. But again, we'll pack that thumbs up. Does help us get out to more people. It'd be so greatly appreciated. Already got 28 questions in here. Love to see it. Let's get to over 200. Thursday's become the new 200 plus question days. So we got the Sunday crew here. We need to beat that as well. Let's continue to roll. Alvin Kamara is out. We've known this since Friday. But Mark Ingram right back into your top 20 running back plays. Played 85% of the snaps last week. Heavily targeted. Goal line guy. Should be, yet again, a beast. As should, of course, Nick Chubb. You know that, but he's my running back 3 of the week facing Detroit, officially off the COVID list. They're going to destroy this team, no doubt about it. They already were going to destroy Detroit, but even more so with Jared Goff out, Tim Boyle starting. Maybe that's the one risk about Nick Chubb is how early and often they're going to be battering this team. They might not feed him. He might be done by the 3rd quarter, but I imagine if he's done by the 3rd quarter, he probably already has 25 plus fantasy points. I do think that makes Dearness Johnson actually sneaky viable given how bad this matchup's going to be. I am a little bit worried about Swift and Hawkinson. What are your thoughts on those guys? Would you play him if you had him, or are you nervous with Tim Boyle?
Have you ever seen his college stats?
He has like 12 touchdowns to 26 interceptions or something, right?
When he was at UConn for 3 years. He had 1 touchdown and 13 interceptions.
Awful.
How are you in the NFL? It doesn't make any sense.
Abysmal. Yeah. Why is he on the roster? How is there nothing better? How did the Lions at least consider?
Then he went to like Eastern Kentucky for his final year and threw like 10 touchdowns to another 14 interceptions.
Why is he on a team? What is he athletic? Like, does he run?
No,
I don't know much about
I don't think so. It's horrible. I am on the Browns today for my Survivor League. There's 72 left. Good week to waste the Browns.
That's a good week to burn the Browns. There's even no way they could lose to Tim Boyle, right? Famous last words, of course. But no, that's got to be a smash play. I think Browns defense, my number 2 now. My Pats were my number 1. I told everybody to start them. Got a lot of Tennessee versus Pats. Pumped I did. That defense is so fucking good. They had 26 points. Some leagues had 32, depending on your scoring. Yeah. But that's going to be a Cleveland smash week. No doubt about it. Definitely one of the top defenses. At 3,100 on DraftKings, they'll probably be the chalk. And they deserve to be. Chris Carson's done for the year. I think we've been saying this for multiple weeks now. This is like a lot of Twitter doctors have been tweeting about this, saying they don't expect him back. And now it is official. He's having surgery with the hopes of being back and ready for this next season. That does make Alex Collins right back into that low-end RB2 kind of flex rest of season option, assuming we get a better Russell Wilson than what we saw last week. I think it will be. He was playing some great ball this year. I don't know if the finger is going to be a concern or if that was just shaking some rust off. I'm here to give him another shot, and I think Alex Collins, my top 30 running backs, he's not a must play. There's certainly other guys I like more. I like Ingram more, and I also certainly like, and you know I'm going to love this one, Jeff Wilson week, baby. Eli Mitchell, doubtful, unlikely to go today. We already know Jermichael Hasty is out as well. There's no one else there. Kyle Juszczyk will get a little bit of work because we know it's Shanahan. He has to have somebody else.
It's Trey Sermon time.
Fuck off. No way. They even like Kyle Shanahan went out of his way to like insult Sermon. He was like, ask what the running back rotation would look like. Would Sermon get worked in at all if all these guys were out? He's like, no, it's Jeff Wilson. He's not even close right now. Sermon has just not shown enough at all in practice, like just buried him already. I think we're going to get 25 plus touches out of Jeff Wilson against an awful Jags team. We're getting one of those classic, everybody knows it from last year if you had Jeff Wilson. That's why I keep going back to the well. Maybe I'm just clinging to the ghost of last year, but he had multiple 3-touchdown days. One of them was in the championship. He won weeks. He's my number 19 running back this week. Wouldn't even shock me. He's been the running back 1 multiple times on those 3-touchdown weeks. Wouldn't be shocked at all to see one of those things happen. I know you've told me I'm crazy on Jeff Wilson before in the past. He also got a goose egg that week. But I feel like this is a whole lot more safer. What are your thoughts on Wilson?
Oh, that's 100%. He's going to get a ton of carries, probably 20, 25 carries today. They'll have the lead. They'll just pound it. Shanahan loves him. It's a great week for Jeff Wilson people.
It's a Jeff Wilson week, baby. We're getting 2 touchdowns. We're firing it up. Ultimately, another popular streamer, I kind of want to hit all these running back streamers, is Donta Foreman. I do think his upside continues to tick up with Jerry McNichols officially out. Foreman will be the main third down back. And honestly, he might take over those early down snaps. He had 50% of the rushing share last week, which was the team lead with 11 carries. Looked pretty good in the passing game. Ripped off like a nice 40-yard screen. He's always been pretty good in space with blockers, so he can catch. Probably the third down guy. Probably it could be the carry leader as well. And a great matchup against Houston. I do think he is very viable. I do prefer Wilson. I do prefer Ingram. But at 4,800 on DraftKings as well, these are some of those cheap running backs, just like last week when you had D'Ernest, you had, Mark Ingram again. You had Ramondre Stevenson. That was my 3 backs last week. And our guy, Dane, one of my favorite stats he's uncovered is the only time there was a running back above 6,700 and a winning Millie Maker was Derrick Henry in week 2. Every other time it's been 6,700 or less, with more often under 6K. That's kind of how I'm structuring lineups now. The upside is certainly higher to get like 40 points out of those types of 7,500 or so receivers as compared to running backs. Ingram could have just as good of a day as your 8,700 running backs, whereas the receivers, it's really hard to squeeze those like 30-point days out of them. So just an interesting stat there. Lots of streamer upsides. Again, I rank them Ingram, then Wilson, then Foreman. But Foreman, the cheapest of them on DraftKings. Certainly a potential stream this week. One question I've gotten a few times is, who do you prefer, Donta Foreman or Rashod Bateman this week? I'm saying Bateman all the way, even with Lamar Jackson out. But did you have a different opinion on that?
Yeah, usually, I always usually go running back In that case, though, I love Bateman this week with Marquise Brown out. I'm feeling Bateman this week. It's finally going to happen. Especially after last week. He left so many points out on the field last week, and they finally kind of they started to target him more. I like him a lot this week.
Yeah, I mean, he had a solid week last week. 6 catches, 80 yards, like a nice, steady line. Every time the ball went his way, he made plays, and that's why the banner, as you see here, Brown is out. Lamar Jackson's still up in the air. He's very ill. Rap sheet saying he's probably going to give it a go. He's warming up with the team right now, but this virus is, what was the exact line? Like really hurting him or some shit? Like I forget the exact line.
I swear to God, this guy is the weakest immune system in the world. He's been sick like 7 times this year.
He's literally a third grader. Like he's spreading germs all over the place. I know it's brutal. Either way, I honestly don't care whether it's Lamar or Trent Huntley, whoever the backup would be. Of course, I'd prefer Lamar. He already has that rapport with Bateman, but I don't think it would kill Bateman to have a backup quarterback. It's not like Lamar's in there for his crazy arm. He's got a good deep arm, and he's throwing the ball better than he ever has this year. Even still, it's a little bit of a downgrade to Bateman. Should Lamar be out? Even still, he'd probably be a must play, in my opinion. Bateman, that is. And Lamar, obviously, if he's out there, he's in lineups. It's tough to ever bench this guy. It's one of those things where like you feel sick, but when the pads come on, the lights are on, the game starts, the whistle blows, the adrenaline will just take over. And Lamar is one of those guys that just balls out. I remember the game, like what was it, against the Browns that year where he went to the locker room, like had some diarrhea or whatever the fuck was going on with him. He came back out and threw like 2 touchdowns in like the last 2 minutes of the game. He's always going to ball. I'm not worried about him. Chase Claypool as well off the injury report. Could be in lineups. Probably not a must play, but always has huge upside to break a huge play. A little disappointing in his sophomore year, but that's more so on Big Ben, I think, than him. Sunday Night Hope, if you have him in there.
He should have a good script. He should have a good script too with their entire defense out. So
yeah, exactly. For the Steelers, you mean?
Yeah, with Watt out, Fitzpatrick's out, Hayden's out.
Yeah, exactly. Herbert should have no problem putting up points on that team, and they'll need to chase. So I'm with you there. Indeed. Another later game that you got to keep your eyes on. Hopkins is out. Certainly gives a little bit of a boost to Christian Kirk, to AJ Green, some of those ancillary weapons, other than the fact that Kyler Murray probably also going to be out. The latest reports are he's trending towards missing his 3rd straight game. It's not a lock, but again, you'd have to have really good options to hold out hope and wait for Murray. I would be turning towards Cam Newton at 1, Tua at 1. Some of these options that are out there in a lot of leagues, I can't wait it out. I don't imagine Kyler's going to play today. It seems to me like he's trending towards being out. Amari Cooper is also out. Big bump for Gallup. He's now up into my top 30 wide receivers for the week. Of course, CD was already, I believe, my wide receiver 5. I bumped him up to wide receiver 4. He's going to smash. Great shootout game. Ideally, it always seems like the perfect script. Chiefs and Cowboys should be a absolute barn burner.
24-21 or something.
It could just end up being an ugly, exactly, like 40-point total. I think this one's going to go crazy, though. I don't know. The Chiefs really feel back. There's a lot of injuries on both sides of the balls, like in terms of Tyron Smith is out, and I just think this game is going to hit that 50. It's a 56.5 over. I don't know if that's been bumped down at all today, but either way, Gallup in this type of game script is probably locked in the lineups. Maybe even Dalton Schultz gets a slight bump. I'm still off him, but without Cooper, this is the type of week where you could potentially get back onto the Dalton Schultz train. We already mentioned Jeff Wilson week is here. Barkley and Robinson are both expected to go, and both are very, very tough to bench if they are in there. So those guys probably back in your lineups. On the opposite end of that, Miles Sanders is expected to be activated. I don't know that I trust him quite yet. Tough matchup against the Saints, 4th fewest points allowed to running backs. Who knows how involved Howard's going to be? There is rumblings right as we got live. Is Gainwell inactive? Is that like official at this point? I thought I saw something.
I don't think they do that till like 11:30, but yeah, right now it looks like it.
Looked like he wasn't warming up with the team according to beat writers. Yeah. So that does boost Sanders' stock a little bit, that he might just walk right into that. The latest thing from Rappaport is that it looks like Lamar is going to be playing through it. So keep that up there. But yeah, Gainwell is warming up with players that are usually inactive. So that could be a little boost to Sanders. I still, if I have him, would much prefer resting him if I could. But again, if you need him, he's going to be out there. So I'm going to add him. Actually, I got to add him to my running back rankings now that he is officially back. I'll do it right now so you guys can know where I'd have him slotted in. Again, I'm going to be a little bit lower on him, and I have him on my team. So you guys know how owner bias I've had towards this guy all season. I would put him I'd put him above Jordan Howard. Boston Scott definitely gets a little bit of a bump down here. I'd say right here at above Devonta Freeman. So Alex Collins, running back 26, Donta Foreman, running back 25. That will tell you where Sanders could kind of slide for me. I'm bumping Scott down below, like, I don't know, fucking Gainwell's expected to be inactive, so I'm going to X out of him. And then I'm going to bump down Jordan Howard a little bit too. Below like Kenyon Drake, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah. All right. Hopefully you're not digging in that type of dirt. There's enough running back streamers this week that you don't have to get that deep. But Sanders, again, running back 27, viable play now that I've rated it out. We just talked about Helaire. He's activated, but I don't know that I trust this guy's first game. Actually, I know I don't trust him his first game back. I think the only real thing this impacts is how usable is Darrell Williams now. I've bumped him now. Actually, Darrell or Donta Foreman? What are your thoughts on that, CJ? I'm like looking at that one right now.
I'd probably go Foreman there. I feel like he has more like a clear cut.
Yeah.
Carries maybe. I don't know, but Darrell Williams is a great receiver, so
that catch last week, that 50-yard like Randy Moss bomb just still.
I know when he first let it go, I was like, oh, it's going to Tyreek. It's like, wait.
Nope. It's Darrell Williams just streaking down the field. Let's not ever use Clyde Edwards-Helaire like that. But yeah, I bumped him down to running back 25, right below Donta Foreman. I'd go for the touches with Foreman myself. It's close, though. I think Darrell is still in a decent matchup. Could be in there. Latavius Murray is back. I don't even know if I ended up ranking Murray. I am at 54. I'm going to bump him up above Jordan Howard. So, again, rolling around in the shit down there. I would even prefer, like, I've gotten some questions like Latavius Murray or Dearness Johnson. Give me Dearness Johnson. I know he's the backup, but I think they're going to kill that Detroit team, and he'll still get some work in a good matchup. Give me a better talent and a better overall situation. Last couple notes. Tony is in. Shepard's expected to be out. So that does make him a week 11 stream potentially. He's getting a Tampa Bay team that is the definition of a pass funnel rather. So you could get him in there, but I still am a little sketched out that he had one target a week ago. I don't trust Jason Garrett at all. I don't want to stream Tony. This is more so just saying you could stream Tony if you have him. I don't know. I'm still pretty skeptical of it. And I've seen Sterling Shepard dropped a lot. I know he's out this week, but I would be picking him up everywhere. He's been an A-plus wide receiver, like 2, low-end wide receiver 1 with 11-plus targets in all but one of his last 5 healthy games. So I kind of like him. Allen Robinson's doubtful. Yay, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, definitely more viable with more targets coming their way, but 5 targets a week at most for Robinson? Not that big of an impact. And that's kind of crazy that we're talking about Allen Robinson. Like, ho-hum, Allen Robinson's out, whatever. Who would have thought that? 3rd-round pick? Fucking asshole. Rob Gronkowski's expected back. He's definitely a must-start play, in my opinion. I know last time it did not go well. He got hurt, and like they forced him back too early. They've really been taking the time lately. So if he's out there, it means he's good to go. He's getting a bad Giants team. He'll find the end zone. And last but not least, Dallas Goedert is actually two last notes. He's off the injury report. He's seen about a 40% target share with Jalen Hurts since Zach Ertz has been gone. It's not a great play against great matchup against New Orleans, but a great start, in my opinion, at tight end. That type of volume does not happen often. And then the last guy, Ricky Seals-Jones, our namesake, RSJ, is not playing. So John Bates is the starter. Unless we get like a random Logan Thomas. He's not activated, right?
No, I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so whoever the fuck John Bates is, he did catch 3 balls as soon as Ricky Seals-Jones was knocked out last week. He's only 2,500 on DraftKings. I'm not saying you should do that, but if you're looking for a complete and utter punt, you could do worse than John Bates, in my opinion. I'm leaning toward Dawson Knox and Cole Kmet as my tight end guys on DraftKings this week. But hey, you want to go even cheaper? Look for Johnny Bates. I think that's it.
There was one note on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They don't know how much he's going to play today, so it doesn't seem like.
Okay, so Darrell Williams does get a little bit of a bump up there. Intriguing indeed. So I'm going to change that a little bit. Like, he's active, but I thought he was going to start in like.
It says Clyde Edwards-Helaire is back for the Chiefs, but I've been told they'll watch his pregame warm-ups pretty closely. They don't know how much he's going to play today.
Okay. I'm bumping Darrell Williams up to running back 22 now. So he was at 25, now 22. A very viable RB2. I still would go Jeff Wilson. I still would go like Gaskin, Ingram. Gaskin only because that Jets matchup. But yeah, I would go those guys first. All righty, guys. Thank you again so much, Wolfpack, for being here with us on your Sunday morning. We got a couple super chats that I want to make sure to hit first, and then we will get on to the questions in the order they're presented. But thank you again so much. And the super chat is an option to make sure you get to the top of the list to get a nice in-depth answer. And it just, either way, it supports the site and it's so appreciated. So we'll start with Stephen Drake's here, CJ.
Yep. So would you trade away Foreman for Elijah Moore, half PPR? I have CMC, Jeff Wilson, Davis, Stevenson, Collins, and J-Rob. Receivers are Myers, Mooney, Deontay.
It seems like you definitely need the receiver depth more. And I think these guys are both in that, like, who knows what's going to happen rest of the season. I think at least one of them could blow up. Foreman in the back is nice, but when you have those types of backs, I mean, Mike Davis is useless, so that sucks. But I look at the backs, I'm like, okay, CMC, J-Rob, definitely weekly locks. Wilson, for as long as he's starting, is a lock to me, but the other guys are still a little sketchy. But when those are your receivers, those are pretty trash, other than Deontay. Like Myers, Mooney are definitely dice rolls. I might be looking to add to my wide receiver stable. I'm nervous to trade away Foreman because I do think he takes this job. I think this is going to be the week he has like a nice coming out party and takes the job. So in a vacuum, I do prefer Foreman over Elijah Moore rest of season. That being said, for your team, I still really like Elijah Moore. Wide receiver 5 these last 3 weeks. I'm just worried too. Zach Wilson's been the one taking his value. At some point, Wilson's probably going to come back. Oh, this is a really tough one. I think I'm high enough on Foreman. What'd you say?
I think I would. I like his running back depth, even though it is a little bit sketchy. But Stevenson can be like a weekly flex option at this point.
Yeah, Stevenson does look pretty good too. I just love the player Elijah Moore, so it makes me a little more confident in pulling this trigger, Stephen Drake's. I still have a good gut feeling about Foreman, though. I don't know that I do this. I don't think I do, even with like your team. It makes sense to. It's right on the cusp, so I guess you do it because you need the wide receiver depth far more than you need the running back depth. I'd see if you can squeeze just a little bit more, though. Can you get Elijah Moore and something else interesting, or probably pull that trigger, though, because they're both very intriguing players for the rest of the season. I think I like that myself. So, yeah, I would do that deal. Derek Just as well. Multiple times you're giving us super chat supporting the site. Really appreciate it, Derek. Thanks so much. Let's get into your question.
So he has 2 questions, full PPR in the flex. Corey Davis or Ayuk, and Ertz or Goddard as my tight end. Thank you.
I would definitely go, and thank you for your compliment. We really appreciate it, Derek. We really appreciate you being here all the time, too. I would go, the easier one for me is Goddard over Ertz. Ertz really hasn't done much since that first touchdown he caught, first time coming with the Cardinals. You know, he's got Colt McCoy at QB. Not a great situation. Not that, Goddard's got a great QB, but I love the fact that he's seen nearly 40% of the targets. So I'm going to go Goddard, and then I'm going to go Corey Davis myself over Ayuk. I know the matchup's nice against Jacksonville, but Ayuk has just been I shouldn't even say boom or bust. He's been pretty much all bust with like one good game on the year. Corey Davis, meanwhile, has had like multiple solid weeks. Flacco's okay. You can get the ball there. And the Miami matchup, 3rd most points allowed to wide receivers. I'm going Davis. I'm going Goddard. Do you have any difference of opinion or anything to add to that, CJ?
No, I'm definitely in on you with that.
Yeah. So Davis, we're going Goddard. Let us know what you were thinking, but that's where we're leaning, Derek, for sure. All righty. We'll start at the top here, baby.
New life. Good morning, Gesicki or Gronk, and your thoughts on Elijah Moore this week? after we just talked to Elijah Moore for 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I like Moore as a player. I'm still worried, but the one thing with him that works out for this week, we were talking about his rest of season value. This week, Flacco, when he came in, it was only a handful. It was like a drive or two, but 66% of the targets went to Moore. This touchdown went to Moore. I think 85% of the yardage that he ended up throwing for in his like 2 or 3 drives went to Elijah Moore as well. So it was a very small sample size. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to walk in and have a 70% fucking target share. Like, I'm not psycho, but I do think there could be that narrative of like, that's Flacco's guy. It was certainly his guy when he first came in. I kind of like him this week. I like him at 4,900 on DraftKings. I like him in my top 30 wide receivers. Like the fact that even though he's only played about 60% of snaps, he's the wide receiver 5 over these last 3 games. The talent is certainly there. The matchup's nothing that hard. I mean, 3rd most points to wide receivers. I like Elijah Moore this week. I do new life. It depends on who else you have, but I have no problem starting him this week. Gesicki versus Gronk, that's tougher because the Jets are just absolutely abysmal against everything, including tight ends. Gronk is certainly I was going to say Gronk has the lower floor, but we just saw Gesicki get 7 targets and 0 points too. So I can't sit here and say Gesicki has the safe floor. I think I'm going to roll Gronk and go for the touchdown. What do you think, CJ?
I was gonna go Gesicki on this one. I don't know. Gronk. I mean, last time he played, he lasted about a minute. I don't know. I think I'm going Gesicki this week. I kind of like the Dolphins' offense today.
I do like the Dolphins' offense in general against this awful Jets defense. Personally, though, I get the Gronk, like definitely the lower floor because he could get hurt, but I think that would help his case because they would not rushing back after seeing what happened last time. So my guess is Gronk plays the whole game. And with the targets depleted there, with no Antonio Brown, I think Gronk finds the end zone. Certainly riskier. I'm going Gronk myself, though. Let us know what you end up deciding, New Life. Good question. And everybody out there, please consider giving us a thumbs up as we get to the mailbag, as we get to your questions. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're at, that heart button, everything helps us get to more people, helps us out with the algorithm. So please consider giving us a like. We will get to all your questions. But once again, too, that super chat is your way to get ahead and get a more in-depth answer as well.
William G. Adonis, pick 3 of these to start. Eckler, Jeff Wilson, Mike Carter, Antonio Gibson. Half PPR.
So we got to bench one. I think I'm benching Carter. I don't know. Every time I bench Carter, he does really well. So keep that in mind. It's down to him or Gibson for me. I'd lock in Eckler and Wilson myself. Gibson versus Carter. It's my 21 and 22. I mean, they're neck and neck, William. Gibson's rolling right now, so I kind of prefer him. After last week, he played a little bit more at third down, starting to get a little more active in there. Give me Eckler, Wilson, and Gibson myself. Who do you bench?
No, I'm right there with you. Mike Carter still has been such a thorn in my side. I just can't figure
never get him right.
And especially now that Mike White's out and all of his checkdowns will probably be away. So
yeah, Flacco does historically. I think he's got about like a 30% target rate of the running back position. So it's not like it's a guy that does not throw the position.
Lamar Jackson's out.
Officially out, Lamar Jackson?
Yep.
Oh, baby. All righty. So I will adjust my QB rankings real quick. But yeah, we're going Eckler, we're going Wilson, and we're going Gibson. I see we got a very generous super chat from Mr. Michelson. So thank you, Steve, for tuning in here. Let me see what we got here from Steve. Hold on. There we are.
No questions. Just support. Hopefully this helps you guys' internet connection. Fun to better month of Wi-Fi for CJ. Thank you. that was a one-time thing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Steve. You guys are the best, especially everybody that sends the super chats, of course, the best, but the ones that just give us a little comment, a little zing on CJ, and then throw us some money is so appreciated. I'm just tossing Tyler Huntley right to the bottom of the QB rankings and taking out Lamar. Definitely, that sucks. So everybody out there
I think I have like Rashod Bateman in like 2 DraftKings lineups. This is gross.
I have him in all my lineups, and I don't know that I'm going to change it. I'm hoping this news gets people a little bit off Bateman, who's probably one of the highest projected owned guys today. I'm sticking with him. He's so good, and I don't know that Lamar's arm being out is all that much of a disservice. The offense itself might now suck. I think the Bears become a little more intriguing on DraftKings at like 2,600 or whatever they are. Pretty cheap. So yeah, they become intriguing. But Steve, thank you so much. Really appreciate the support of the site. Hopefully it does get CJ out of the dungeon over there. We'll find out with that internet. Ryan Hemmings, great to see you. Bus, let's fucking go. Indeed, week 11. Great to see you, Bus. Happy you're here, brother. Let's continue.
William G. Donis again. Start Bateman or Renfro, half PPR.
That's a great one. That becomes a lot more intriguing given that Renfro certainly has the safer floor. I'm going Bateman, though. Again, I have the owner bias. I've just kind of had him locked in my mindset all day, and I don't think this quarterback change is going to change that for me myself. What are your thoughts, CJ?
Yeah, with that, I feel like I'd be safe and just go with Renfro, half PPR. Probably get 7 receptions or so. I'm being safe, and I'll go Renfro.
So CJ goes Renfro. I go Bateman. I just adjusted Bateman with this news. He's now down to I had him at like 16 or so. I was ridiculously high on him. I bumped him down to 22 now, but that's 1 spot above Renfro, Williams. So I'm going Bateman. CJ goes Renfro. It is that safer versus ceiling argument. Like, you got to kind of think about what you're doing today and what you need, what your opponent has, all that good stuff. But I think Bateman smashes no matter who's there. The Bears have given up the 4th most points to wide receivers. It's an easy matchup. Again, an awful quarterback situation. Who knows how that plays out if quarterback matchups, receiver matchups matter when you have a trash QB? Probably not. but I'm sticking it out. I'm going with Bateman. I'm too pot committed at this point. I'm toe-headed. I'm going forward with it. Let's go, Bateman.
David Campanelli, let's go Wolf and Silent Assassin. Look at that beard on CJ. Looking amazing as always.
Brother, thank you so much. You always look amazing too, David. Love when I see your videos pop up on like estates and all that good stuff. Always great to see your face, David. And thank you for being here. Love to see you.
Fellanini, is Lamar playing ball? Nope.
As we just broke it, it looked like he was going to try to gut it out, but no, he is not. Definitely a downgrade, but I wouldn't go too crazy on the downgrades myself.
William Giandonis, start Knox or Schultz half PPR?
So I am always a Knox guy. I know you hate Knox, so we might have different opinions on this, but I always roll the dice on Knox. Such a good touchdown bet, in my opinion. I'd roll Knox. What are your thoughts, CJ?
No, in this spot, I'd go Knox. I hate Schultz myself. So it's like, even though Cooper is out, I'm not a fan of him at all.
Yeah, that's the one reason to maybe get back in on Schultz is the fact Cooper is out. He might get a lot of that underneath work. It could pan out. He only had 6% target share last week, but that was with everybody active. It's a tricky one. I do think Schultz might be a little safer, but I prefer Knox for sure.
We have a paid comment at the bottom.
It didn't pop up at the top here.
No.
The 199s don't show up at the top, but thank you for catching that one. Let's get it.
Watkins or Rondale Moore lots of injuries there.
Ooh, we're getting into the weeds here, Joe. I would first say one of my favorite streams of the day, instead of either of these guys, would be Jamal Agnew. He's only 12% rostered. If you have that option, Joe, I would go for that. Obviously, Gallup if he's out there, but I know at this point he's probably been scooped up with the Amari Cooper news breaking on Friday. I have Agnew pretty high, though. It's looking like Donovan Peoples-Jones isn't going to go as well.
Yeah, he's up.
That would ultimately make Rashard Higgins a little bit intriguing against Detroit. I like either of those guys more than Watkins or Rondale Moore. Now, if neither of those are somehow options, I guess I go Rondale with these injuries. I don't know. I can't trust Watkins with a backup QB even with I guess you could a little bit. I don't like either of these guys. Let that be very clear from the top here. I do have to add Sammy Watkins to my rankings though. I didn't even have him.
No, you don't.
Yeah, maybe not. Gun to the head. I mean, is this a spot where you almost even prefer Byron Pringle off like a touchdown, off like 5 targets last week? Like,
yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably. I mean, Watkins stinks, and
exactly. If it has to be one of these two, I think I would go Watkins. Rondale has, what's his fucking face? Colt McCoy at QB. Like, yeah, I would prefer Watkins to him. But I would also prefer like Pringle over either of these guys. I'm kind of adjusting the rankings to show that. Pringle, I'm bumping up Rashad Higgins as a potential streamer. He seems to always find the end zone when wide receivers are out. So check for those guys first. Agnew, though, again, my favorite. Like I have him at wide receiver 34. I'm very high on Agnew this week, Joe. So that's the first spot I'd look. Let us know if any of those other streamers are out there and what we think. But that's where I am leaning now. We got a lot of questions. Let's continue back on here where we left off.
Yeah, we're at Campanelli 1103.
Yeah, Denny Jennings said, good morning. Great to see you, brother. Every time I see Denny's name pop up, I just want to crack a beer. Denny, how much are you drinking today? Is it worth cracking a beer? Let me know.
Campanelli, full PPR, pick 2 of these running backs, Gaskin, J-Rob if active, Pollard, Alex Collins, or Jeff Wilson.
I'm going to go Wilson. Comes down to Wilson, Gaskin, and J-Rob. Those are the 3. I wouldn't consider Pollard or Collins here. So it comes down to those 3, Campanelli. It's tough to bench. I mean, Gaskin sucks. He's one of the worst starting running backs the league has seen in years. But he gets the Jets. This is the worst run defense the league has seen in years. And somebody, who was it, Mendelson, I think his name is, tweeted out like alternating odd weeks. Gaskin's had like very good games in odd weeks and bad games in even weeks. Clearly, it's an odd week this week. I think Gaskin might be the safest option here. It's always tough to bench James Robinson, though. Such a safe bet. Fuck it. I'm going with Jeff Wilson. I'm going James Robinson. I just know I hyped up Gaskin. I know it's the odd week. He's the biggest risk to bust of these guys, in my opinion. And that's kind of crazy thinking that Jeff Wilson had a goose egg 2 weeks ago in my lineup. But I love Wilson. I think the lead back in San Fran.
That's the first thing that popped in my mind right there. When I saw the question, I was going Wilson and J-Rob.
Yeah, Wilson, J-Rob, CJ's in agreement. Let's lock that in.
Campanelli, full PPR, receiver, pick one of these, Ayuk or Bateman.
Oh, I'm going Bateman. Ayuk has been just too up or down. I'm not worried about the QB concerns. We're going to go Bateman there.
This is my weekly question. Danny Jennings, Michael Carter, Ingram, half PPR.
And my weekly response is Ingram. And I think that's still the case this week, even against a bad Miami team. I love Ingram. Philadelphia, not a great run D. 20 points last week in a toughish matchup. 85% of snaps. Give me Ingram all day.
Mahmoud, pick two of these, full PPR, Darrell Williams, Mark Ingram, Antonio Gibson, Jeff Wilson.
Oh, I'm going Ingram Wilson. I will say right from the top, those are my two starting running backs in 3 of my 5 leagues. Like I own them in all my leagues, and I'm rolling them all out there. So I have bias. I absolutely do. But I also like both of these guys. They're both higher in my rankings, especially with CEH potentially active, maybe hit or miss. We don't know the workload quite yet. As CJ was saying at the top, like could be active, but they're seeing what he looks like. I don't know. That's at 4. That's too long to wait. Give me Ingram. Give me Wilson, even over Gibson. Do you agree with that, CJ?
Yeah, I'm not arguing there.
There we go.
Danny Jennings, Devonta Smith, or Landry, half PPR.
I would go Devonta. I mean, 20 points or more. You know, Denny is an Eagles fan. This guy's rocketed these last couple of weeks. Decent enough matchup against the Saints. They are one of the biggest pass funnels. We got the Colts, we got the Bucks, and then we also have the Saints as great pass funnel defenses. I think Devonta continues to roll with the good times. Let's roll with it. And Wolfpack, if you haven't already, that thumbs up. We got almost 40 of you here, only 15 likes, at least on Facebook. Keep those numbers bumping up, especially on YouTube as well, where we want to continue to grow and monetize even more. Thank you guys again for being here. But that thumbs up button, a free, easy way to help us out as we rip through your questions.
Campanelli, standard receiver, pick one of these and a flex. Already starting Devontae, so Pittman or Keenan Allen, and then AP or Alex Collins.
I go Keenan over Pittman, and then
I'd probably go the 2 receivers.
Yeah, if it's the flex, I would definitely go both receivers. If it's like you have to have one of those running backs, I would go Collins over AP, but I would definitely go both receivers if that's an option here for sure.
Juan Pena, who should I post my receiver to? Elijah Moore, Tony, Sanders, Landry, Callaway.
I lean Sanders. I think the Colts, one of the worst pass defenses in the league. Moore is right there. They're a neck and neck. I have those guys a good amount ahead of these. I get Landers the last man standing against the awful Detroit defense. I don't even think the last man standing matters in the Browns offense. I think they just hammer this run game as much as they can. So I personally go Sanders then Moore. This is tough, though. These guys are all close to each other. What do you think, CJ? I'm going to go crack a beer. Let me know what your thoughts are on this one.
I'm forced to start Tony in the league today because I had Shepard. So I would probably go I'm probably going Tony Sanders for me.
Oh, did you have to pick 2 of them?
Oh shit. Didn't see that. No, I'd go Sanders then over Tony. If it was, I got the receiver 2 and then 2 receivers. So yeah, I'll go Sanders over Tony, but Tony will be right behind him.
All righty. All right, we are back. Just need to get a cheers, Danny Jennings, right on cue. Cracking this one specifically for you. Let's get it going.
Campanelli, standard tight end, pick one of these, Hawkinson or Freiermuth.
I'm going Fry all the way. I already had that, even like with Goff in the lineup, and now that Tim Boyle, whoever that is, no thank you. I'll avoid that experience. Do you agree? I'm off Hawk today. Are you in agreement there?
Oh yeah, that offense is disgusting. I don't know part of that.
Any points.
I want no part of that. Apex, do you think I should stick with James Conner or take a risk and start Jeff Wilson?
I would stick with James Conner. I love Jeff Wilson, don't get me wrong. But James Conner, he's had a touchdown in, I think, 8 straight weeks now, 11 touchdowns on the year. He's killing it. He's absolutely killing it. I can't bench him at this point. And Seattle's given up the second most points to running backs, too. Easy matchup. They're going to need to lean on him with no Kyler Murray expected. I like James Conner a lot today.
Russ Kaiser, full point PPR, Goddard or Freiermuth?
I have Fry a spot higher than Goddard. Goddard's safer, better target share, but I think Fry gets in the end zone. Chargers are a bad defense against that tight end position. So, yeah, I think he's getting into the end zone. We're going to get that going again.
We actually at the bottom of another super chat that was under. He's giving us pounds.
Oh, pounds. Ryan Hemmings. Thank you, brother.
2 QB full PPR, doesn't matter. Simeon versus Heineke and Sanders versus Foreman.
Oh boy. That's an ugly situation. I like Heineke though. He can run. He only put up 15 or so last week, but I'm a fan of Heineke myself. So I go Heineke, and then Sanders versus Foreman. I would wait it out on Sanders and go Foreman myself. What are your thoughts on this one, CJ?
With the quarterbacks, I guess I'd go Heineke. I mean, they're both disgusting. But and then Sanders, I don't trust Sanders yet. I'm going to go Foreman there.
Okay, there we go. So the quarterback is a tough one, but Eagles actually are pretty decent in the secondary, better against the pass and the run. So yeah, I lean there. And then again, as you said at the top, no McNichols today. I think that receiving workload does end up going to Foreman. And I think with that type of receiving floor boosted in, the one thing I want to note with that backfield, saw a good tweet on this, is AP was in for every single snap inside the 10. Tannehill ended up running in a touchdown, but AP got the first goal line attempt. Then it was a bootleg. Later in the game, AP was in there, and they threw a touchdown to one of the random-ass tight ends they had. But AP was always the goal line back. Foreman's a big body. He certainly can score touchdowns, but that's just something to note. The touchdown ceiling might be capped, but I do think Foreman has some very real receiving upside. Another super chat. Mr. DeIndia. Thank so. Good Lord. Please chug the heaviest beer in your fridge.
I might have to pass on that.
Oh, God. I mean, I have a lot of IPAs. I'm going to just chug a gross-ass Shipyard because I want these done. The season is past. It's not the heaviest I got, but I can't chug like 8% like coffee stout right now. That would just make me puke. So I'll pour this out for you, DeIndia. I'll get you a chug in a second, but I do want to keep hitting some questions. Oh, fuck you, DeIndia. The super chats, these assholes out here. I'll meet you in the middle. I'm not going to chug the darkest, heaviest, grossest beer I have. I'm still nursing. It was a pretty good fucking tailgate we had yesterday. It was his dad and his friends. They get after it. It was I love getting to it was like a high school reunion of the boys. And they just had like a huge bar set up, bloody everything. It was awesome. But
where was it at? Was it at Yale?
It was at Yale. Yeah, they've been going like every year so that they have it there. So, all righty. This probably is not going to go down all the way, but I'm going to do my fucking best for you, Christopher. Thank you for supporting the site. Really, thank you so much.
It's great technique.
It is sent. It is done. Oh, God, that was terrible. Oh, fucking Pumpkinhead. Ugh. What's a Pumpkinhead? I love like the first Sin Rim of the season. Once it's out, it's out. I need
after it lasts about like a month, and that's after that month, I never do it again.
I might puke. that was really bad. If I run off the screen in a second, that is why. I think we left off Juan Pena. Thanks, cheers, go Birds. All righty. We answered that one. Oh no, we're a few past here. Where were we?
D&D just killed you. Yeah, we're down a little bit.
This one? Is it Tunes?
Yeah. Tunes, how do you feel about Bateman with Lamar out?
I feel okay. I don't feel good.
Who feels worse, you or Lamar right now?
How do I feel? Yeah, right. How do I feel about Bateman? I feel okay. He's still in my top 25 receivers. I do think he's going to get the heavy target share. Him and Andrews. That game could just be hideous. The Bears, who knows what? I'm actually really excited for that game to see what Justin Fields looks like fresh off the bye after two of his best professional games. I think Bateman's going to be okay. I'm still rolling him out. I'm just stubborn and toe-headed. Do you have any different situation? Like, what's your read on the Bateman situation? I love him because I have him. This is owner bias. But what do you?
You've talked me into keeping him into my lineup, so I'm gonna still roll him out. I have him in one league. I'm gonna start him, and then I have him in 2 DraftKings lineups. So I'll roll with you there. I don't feel great about it, but you talked me into it.
He's just so talented. I think the QB might lock on. He's the type of guy that you can just lock on to and chuck it up and see what he does. So big fan. I'm still rolling him Tunes. You got to let us know who the other option is, but I'm still going with it.
Aiden Dominion, should I start CEH, Darrell Williams, or Hawkinson in the flex?
I'd go Darrell there. I'm not trusting CEH yet. It sucks that he's even back because Darrell would be like, you probably wouldn't even be here asking a question, Aiden. But I would go Darrell. I don't trust Hawk at all with Tim Boyle at QB. I would want him out of my lineup if I had the options.
Seamus, Hey boys, thanks for all you do. It's tough being 10-0. Probably not after today.
I fucking love it.
I swear to God, he has like a 90% winning percentage the last 5 years.
He's incredible. He truly is like the best fantasy player I know. I know we're like his advice site, and I love that. I take pride in that. But he somehow knows how to like weed through all my bad picks and toss them out, and he only gets the ones that I nail. And so his team is fucking awesome this year. Another year of dominations. It's Seamus. What is it now? I know you had like 3 straight, and I think this is going to be like your potential 4th in the last 5 years or something crazy. It's numbers that I've never even approached. We need to just have Seamus be the head of the site. I'm done. I'm retiring. Seamus is taking over our SJ. Unbelievable. Let us know if you have some questions, Seamus. But thanks for tuning in. We're pumped to see you here. We need the fantasy. What did he say his name is going to be? The Fantasy Devo. We need him to make his appearance. We need him back.
Really do. We need to get him on the Sunday show.
Yeah, absolutely. We need you, Seamus. Get on over here.
Tony Kamaj, big TV receivers, half PPR, Sanders, Bateman, Landry.
I want Seamus. I'm going to get to you, Tony. Don't worry. I want Seamus you guys start coming over for the stream, Seamus. I want you right next to me. Then we watch football and pound some beers afterwards. I want a Sunday with Seamus. He's got to come to the live show someday. Back to Tony. I would bench Landry here. Again, I know he's the only one against a bad Detroit defense. I don't care. I haven't been putting him in, and I'm very happy I have not been putting him in. He's got, 4-1 these last couple of weeks. They're not going to need to throw. I don't trust him at all. What are your thoughts?
With, I don't know, Peoples-Jones out, I think I'd sit Bateman out of these 3.
I'm rolling Bateman. No way. I'm not abandoning ship. Bench Landry. Landry sucks. That offense sucks.
Well, I'm telling you who in my flex, Mike Carter, Freeman, Sanders, Drake, Tony, Frymouth, Knox.
A lot of interesting options here. I think I lean Carter here. I have Carter just a slight bit above 4. That's Devonta Freeman. No, I don't really like him. It came down to Carter or Sanders for me. I do think Sanders has one of those like 20-point days brewing in him. I also could see it being Diggs going for like 40 again. So I'm going to roll Carter here. What do you think, CJ?
Yeah, I like Mike Carter here. I know I always have that issue with him every week. We can never figure him out, but I like him for probably 12 to 15 points today.
Tony's question, your question got a lot harder when you mentioned Gallup's available. I have Gallup ahead of Landry. I think I still have Sanders and Bateman above him, but if you wanted to now go Gallup instead of Bateman, you could that's the smarter play is probably Gallup over Bateman. I'm just going fucking Bateman. I'm in. I'm locked in. I don't care if it's stupid. I don't care about the QB situation. Knocking on wood here, and I'm just hoping Bateman rolls today. But could you go Gallup instead? Absolutely. And CJ, I know you're looking at like DraftKings. Gallup's actually only 4,200. Yeah. So if you're not in on this Bateman obsession like I am, I honestly like my innards are like, you're being an idiot. Stop saying this. Like, stop moving your mouth right now. I don't know why I'm so committed to Bateman. I know because I love the player, I love the talent, and there's just no one else there other than him and Andrews. Could he bust big? Yeah, absolutely. With Trent Hundley at QB, I think Gallup is absolutely safer. I would probably, if in 90% of like just like real life situations, I would probably go Gallup and Sanders here. I'm just staying committed because I'm
going Gallup Sanders.
Yeah. The more logical decision is definitely Gallup Sanders. I personally, though, I'm rolling Bateman. I hope I don't know, my grind don't stop. My man's out there. I know you love Bateman. I'm going it. I'm still going it. I'm staying committed for you boys.
No Pringle. I had Amari Cooper at the flex, and now I'm left with Gronk or Darrell Williams.
I would be. There's one thing with Gronk is like, yes, he should play. Nobody would be shocked if like on Monday night it's just like, yeah, Gronk's gonna rest. They're facing the Giants. They should be able to roll the Giants anyways. I would probably go Darrell. I know this is the thing, Noah. This is one that you do want to track at like 3:30ish and see. One, is CH active? Because it's still like he's activated from the IR, but they're going to test him in pregame warmups and all that. Like, if we don't have CEH active, then Darrell's the no-brainer. It's a smash. He should be like a top 15 running back like he was last week. If CH is active, and then there's a report like CH is active, it's going to start and it's going to see, a normal workload. I don't expect that at all. But if that's the report from Jay Glazer or whoever, then you got to readjust. So right now, I say Darrell's the better play. Let's see what the news is, and let's keep tracking that, though, as we move forward. Wolfpack, we are 10 minutes till 12. you haven't already, we got nearly 50 of you here. That thumbs up does continue to help us grow so much. Gets us out to more people, beats that algorithm on YouTube. Would be so appreciated if you consider giving that thumbs up. A nice, easy way, free way to help us out. And if you want to give us some money, that super chat button is still there. You can jump the line, get ahead of everybody else, get a guaranteed in-depth answer. As we get to rapid fire time, that would be recommended. But we still have plenty of time. We'll continue to roll. But or you can tell me to chug a beer like fucking Christy India did, you asshole. But thank you for that, the support. Really worth the $5 to chug a disgusting off-season shipyard. Let's continue on.
Preble, Kirk or Cam?
I'm all in on Cam this week. And I know there's like he might split time with PJ Walker. I don't know that I buy that. I think as long as the offense is rolling under Cam, they're going to roll him. That's the risk. So if Cam sucks, he might get benched pretty early. I don't think that's going to happen, though. He seems so fired up. He's back. They're home. Like, Cam at home again. He's going to roll. So I have Cam at 9, actually. I'm pretty damn high on Cam this week. I'm going to go Cam myself. CJ, do you have a different opinion? What are your thoughts?
No, I'm actually with Lamar out. I'm actually starting Cam today, and I feel awful about it. But my team sucks anyway, so I really don't care. And I'm just gonna roll with Cam today and hope
it's an upside dice roll.
Hopefully, he gets rushes 2 touchdowns in.
The one caution I will have is similar to 909 Orbits. In my Holy Cross League, I can't get quarterback right. I think I have 10 combined points for the last 4 weeks of QB play. I got like negative points last week. I had 3 from Tyrod Taylor a couple weeks ago. Who did I even start last week? I forgot. I tried to black it out of my memory. It was so bad. So I can't get it right, and I am starting Cam in that league. So that being said, like I have a curse
makes me want to pivot off Cam now.
Kind of should. I cannot get quarterbacks right this year. Maybe Justin Fields is a better option, to be honest. The one thing with Kirk, though, is that Green Bay defense has held like Pat Mahomes, Kyler Murray, and who was it last week? It was another really good quarterback. Russell Wilson. All under 200 passing yards. Like that's pretty sketch. That defense, even without Jair Alexander, has been phenomenal. So Kirk seems, I don't know. I'd rather go Cam. Give me like you said, 2 rushing touchdowns and bam, he's already there. He's played 2 plays this NFL season and both of them have been touchdowns. I like it. I love it. Let's roll Cam. Let's go.
DJ Johnson, half PPR, need a receiver and a flex. Mike Williams, Lockett, Jeff Wilson, Foreman.
We're going to lock in Jeff Wilson. I'm going to go Lockett over Williams. And that's it, right? Wilson, Lockett. Okay. A lot of good options there, though. Good in quotes, because, like, Mike Williams, I don't know what to make of that motherfucker anymore. Like, he saw 16 targets against Cleveland.
He's back to what he was.
Exactly. And it sucks. He goes from 16 targets and 40 points, dominating, looking like the next new alpha, to not seeing more than 5 targets in the last 4 weeks. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me, DJ. If I can bench him, I bench him, and I think you can bench him for Lockett. Like, Lockett's good enough. So I go Jeff Wilson over Foreman and Mike Williams. Jeff Wilson is my favorite option of all these guys. And then I go Lockett there and just hope for the
I'm with you. Rick Newth. Flex start, Wilson or Beasley?
Oh, Jeff Wilson all day. Not even close.
Twin Calibre. Hope you guys are good. I have a gross decision. I have a gross decision. Barkley or Freeman. That's not terrible.
Well, Barkley's not gross. Barkley's like the best running back in the NFL when he's healthy. I go Barkley. I wait it out. I don't know who your other option is on Monday. Like, I guess that's what this Monday night questions always come down to, like, who's the next man up? But Freeman? Like, Like, go for Barkley, roll the dice, hope he plays. And if he doesn't, who do you have instead? Like, is Tony out there? Can you put him in the flex and, like, I don't know, Evan Ingram's out there in a lot of leagues. Like, that would suck. But at the end of the day, is Freeman that much of a must play? No, especially with fucking Huntley starting at QB. So yeah, I roll the dice and wait for Barkley.
Campanelli standard, pick one of these Swift, AP, or Alex Collins.
Yeah, I mean, I know I said I'm down on Swift because Tim Boyle's the quarterback, but I mean, look at those other options, AP or Collins. Like, come on. And Collins would be the next closest, but I'm still going to go Swift there.
Tunes, pick his flex. Gesicki, McKissick, Darrell Williams, Murray, or pick up Watkins.
Oh, boy. McKissick gets tough when you have Gibson already in. I think you just go for Darrell Williams and just hope that he's not involved. I mean, Gesicki's not a horrible flex. I don't know who your tight end is, Tunes. Gesicki's not awful. I think I go Darrell myself. What do you think? Do you go? You like Gesicki today, so what do you think of Darrell?
I do. I have this weird thing that I can't start 2 tight ends. Just my brain doesn't allow me to. I go Darrell Williams.
There we go.
Especially with CEH being sketchy. Who knows?
Yeah.
Tim Gray, flex one, Darrell Williams or Mooney.
I've actually got this one twice. I think I still go Darrell, especially with the latest news that CEH is pretty sketchy for today. So I go Darrell. I think Darrell Williams is they have their bye next week. So I think what they're gonna do is get CEH in there for like a handful of snaps, let him get some contact, get his feet under him a little bit. But I think it's gonna be a smattering, like a real just 5 to 6 plays. Get in there, get hit, get yourself going. Did you see Salvin Ahmed's out? He was my favorite. I was just going to like adjust my rankings because I'm talking about CEH being like pretty sketchy today. So I wanted to bump him down. Salvin Ahmed's out. So who do they have at running back?
It's just going to be the Gaskin show.
I think Gaskin has to. Fuck, I'm bumping Gaskin. Like I would play Gaskin over DeAndre Swift today.
I like Gaskin a lot. I have him in DraftKings. I like him a lot today.
Yeah, he's only 5,700 on DraftKings too. Fuck. Well, so Salvin Ahmed's out. So they truly have no one else. Patrick Laird, I think, is the next man up. So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off your question, Tim Gray. I do like Darrell Williams today. I think with CEH being sketchy, I think we get a pretty normal workload. Like, think about what Derek Gore has been in these last couple of weeks, a little smattering here and there. That's what I think CEH is going to be. So that does not impact Darrell that much. Mooney doesn't have Allen Robinson there. He's got a beatable secondary with Baltimore. I still go Darrell. Do you agree with me, CJ? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, per usual, I usually lean the running back there. And with this, as I've said, like with the CEH stuff, I'd probably go Darrell Williams there.
There we go. And Timmy Gray, just a RSJ legend, one of our original fans there.
Of course.
I got a shout out to this. I went to a Treehouse this weekend on the way to Connecticut. And this, whatever this is called, their experimental like series.
Yeah.
Juice Project Experimental HBC 692. It is fucking delicious. This is one of the best beers.
That's quite the name.
I know. This is one of my favorite beers I've ever had. Maybe it's because I just chugged a Pumpkinhead and it was so disgusting that this tastes that much better. But holy shit! If you guys had a chance to get out to Treehouse, our Massachusetts fans, that beer right there, Juice Project.
Where is Treehouse?
Charlton, Mass. Okay. It's like on the way to Connecticut. So whenever me and Hills go, we always hit Treehouse. Yep. It's the best.
Bulldog, good morning, gents. If Lamar's a no-go, which he is, would you start Ingram over Bateman?
Yeah, I'd start Ingram over Bateman anyways. Even if Lamar was a go, I would have done Ingram over Bateman. And I'm high, as you guys have probably heard a million times here, I'm very high on Bateman. So that's how high I am on Ingram. I love Ingram today, yes. And Newton or Hurts, I would still go Hurts. Like, especially with that sketchy talk about, shared backfields and all that, or shared QB duties, go Hurts. He's been so steady all year.
Eat powder. Good luck, guys. Barkley, Wilson, or Jacobs. Pick one of them.
Good luck to you too, brother. I think I go. This is a really good one.
It's gonna test your love.
I know. I think. Fuck. This is tough. Like, I love Jeff. I think Jeff is honestly the safest of these guys. Since he's a bad rundy, so Jacobs is pretty good, and Barkley is obviously Barkley. So like these are.
But he also gets actually wait, is Vita Vea's out, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I'd feel a little bit safer with Barkley then.
I think I go Barkley too. Yeah, it's Saquon, I go Barkley here.
Tunes, Bateman, Mike Williams, Ayuk, Darrell Williams.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to this one because it is standard. And that's where touchdowns take priority. I don't know that Barkley's so good because he catches so many passes, half PPR and full PPR. He's a monster. If we're just hoping for touchdowns, I honestly think Jeff Wilson might be our best bet here. My gut's telling me Jeff Wilson for Eat Powder. What do you think, CJ?
Yeah,
you said Barkley.
I know I did.
But standard, I didn't see that standard. They STD down there. That does change things.
I'm sticking with Barkley. First game back, they'll probably give him the ball 25 times. They're stupid.
All righty, folks. So here we go. We'll see.
Vita Vea being out is huge, though. He's like their run stuffer. He's one of the best in the league. So
I don't think we should discredit Jacobs either. I mean, he feels like the grossest
in this group. Yeah, we should.
Yeah. All righty. I'm going Wilson, baby. Jeff Wilson week.
Turns. Bateman, Mike Williams, Ayuk, Darrell Williams, Alex Collins, Dearness Johnson. Need a receiver and a flex.
All righty. I'm going Bateman as my favorite receiver here. I'm going Comes down to Mike or Darrell. I think I'm going to go Darrell. I really don't think CH is going to be a big factor today. What do you think?
I was going to go Mike Williams and Darrell Williams.
You go Mike Williams and Darrell Williams? So no Bateman for you, huh?
I'm trying to calm you down a little bit off Bateman.
I'm not calming. There's no calming this machine down on Bateman today.
Eduardo, Elijah Moore, is he out or in? He's out.
Elijah Mitchell.
Oh yeah, Elijah Mitchell out.
Is that official? Is he officially out?
No, he's not till 4:00, so we won't know. But
no, they're 1:00. They're facing the Jags. Do you want to check that out?
Yeah, I didn't get an alert from that one. Let me see.
Yeah, why don't you look into that? I'll answer a few more till you hear some news. Herbert to a Tannehill. I'm going Herbert, especially with that banged up Herbert or Hurts. I'd go Herbert again. For Tunes, Bateman, AP, Pollard, or Collins to the flex. Jeremiah, I'm going Bateman. I know I'm nuts, but I don't really like any of those other options either. Need defense. Browns. Oh, it's Browns. Browns, Ravens, Titans, all interesting options. I'm going to go Browns, though, facing Tim Boyle. I mean, how does it get better than fucking
Mitchell is out.
Officially out. All right, so Jeff Wilson week commences. I love it. All righty, Mike Clay. Let's pick up.
Mike Clay, start one running back along with Jeff Wilson and a flex. So
I love that he already just locked in Wilson. Fuck yeah. You know what's up, Mike Clay. You know it's Jeff Wilson week, baby.
So running back in a flex, Darrell Williams, Miles Sanders, Alex Collins, Donta Foreman, or Ayuk, and he has to cut one of them.
Ooh, tough cut. I would go, so one running back, I would go Darrell Williams. Flex, I would go Donta Foreman. You got to cut one. I cut Ayuk. He's just been so inconsistent. I don't know. I cut Ayuk of this group. Who do you cut?
Yeah, it was between him and Alex Collins, but now that Carson's on IR, I'd probably keep Collins.
And they have a pretty nice schedule, if I'm not mistaken, down the stretch. So
yeah, I'd probably cut Ayuk.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Collins like. What if how involved? This is a good week to watch Collins. If he's like a 80% snapper, then you're like, fuck yeah. If it's like a 45-ish, and it sucks, and all right, whatever. But yeah, I'm going Darrell and I'm going Foreman today, and then I'll cut Ayuk.
Are you starting the Browns or the Bills defense?
That is the toughest. Like I on DraftKings, I always have that extra 100, so I could go Browns or I could go Bills. I like the Browns better. Tim Boyle. I mean, what's better than fucking that matchup? You know what I mean? Bills have been such a good defense, but I go Browns. What do you think?
I cannot wait for Tim Boyle to get me out of my Survivor League. I've been thinking about it all morning.
Imagine that.
Red zone, just like him throwing bombs to like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
First play of the game, just a bomb down the field. I'm going Browns, though. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going Browns, too. I have them in a few leagues. I'm feeling comfortable with them, too.
And grind don't stop. You might have already talked about this because I know a stream doesn't go by without you mentioning Bateman. What are your thoughts about Bateman now with Huntley? I need to know. I'm still all in, and I'm a psycho. I need your confirmation, though. You've been as big of a Bateman guy. We've been talking about Bateman for weeks with you. So what do you think, Grind Don't Stop? What are you doing here? An OG here.
Steph Pragan, battle of the ex-Patriots quarterbacks, Jimmy G or Cam, 6-point touchdowns.
Oh, 6-point passing does make it a little more interesting. I mean, Jimmy G is definitely safer. I'm going Cam, though. I think Cam destroys Washington, giving out the most points to QBs. What do you think, CJ?
I mean, last week that made me nervous. Tom actually killed me in DraftKings last week. He couldn't.
He did. Fucker.
I'll go roll with Cam this week, even though it's disgusting. I hate him. But
I'm feeling good about Cam. I think that homecoming, something just feels right about that. So I'm going Cam. My quarterback 9 this week. We're rolling. We're rolling indeed. And thumbs up, guys. We have hit well past noon now, 5 minutes past noon. So if you haven't already, got 40 of you in here, only 20 likes on Facebook. Bump those YouTube numbers up as well. Keep helping us get out to more people, answer more questions. It's so appreciated. Thank you guys for being here. We really do appreciate it.
Johnny Law, good morning. Higgins or Bateman?
I'm going. I think I go T. If it's assuming this is T Higgins, good matchup for T. He's getting so much volume. As high as I am on Bateman, and I have been a psycho all week. I'm gonna go. If it was Lamar quarterback, I think I would change this up. But I'm gonna go T myself. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going T there.
Yeah.
I'm still relatively high on Bateman, but not that high.
Not as psycho as me. Yeah, I get it.
Jonathan Clark, start Kirk Cousins or Gibson?
Is it Superflex? Is that what we're talking about? I always go quarterbacks in Superflex. So I'd go Kirk. Otherwise, that question's really confusing.
Mike Clay, start 2 of these. Mike Williams, Kirk, Corey Davis, Tony.
I'm going to go Kirk and Davis, I think. I'm off Mike Williams till I see it again. He is just killing me wherever I've used him. So I'm going Kirk and I'm going Corey. What do you think, CJ? You like Mike today.
I always like Mike. It's one of those guys that's like completely fucked me the last like 5 years of his career. But I'll go Mike Williams and Corey Davis.
I like Kirk a lot. Kirk actually might be my favorite option of this group. So I go Kirk and Corey. CJ goes Mike and Corey. Mike, let us know who you choose.
Tunes, is it good that he dropped Foreman for Mitchell?
I mean, yeah, Eli Mitchell's long term, definitely. This week, of course, Foreman's better because Eli's not playing. But long term, as long as Eli's finger gets healthy, we might not see Eli Mitchell again, though. You never know. Shanahan said he was optimistic he'd play this week, and now he's not. Optimistic he plays this week, and then just as Chris Carson was day-to-day a few weeks ago, day-to-day for weeks, and then he gets shut down for the year. I don't believe a word that ever comes out of NFL coaches' mouths. So it should be I would have done the same, Tunes. I would have, absolutely. But I also like having Foreman on my roster to see what the hell happens with this backfield, too. I wish there was someone else you could have dropped instead, but give me Eli.
Brown don't stop or shot to God. Let's do it today.
So this was at 11:13. This was before Lamar was out. I wonder if you still feel the same way. I'm in grind. The God is with me. I'm with Rashod. I'm with the God. And God does not love me anymore. But now let's go, Rashod. Let's go.
Clay, sit one of these, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, or Ayuk.
See Ayuk. Again,
Ayuk's had one the double. You're going with the Jets receiver stack.
I'm okay with stacking them. Let's go, Flacco.
Marcos Valdez Scantling, Herbert or Burrow today. Also, Dolphins or Titans.
Going Burrow. I have one spot ahead of Herbert. I do like Herbert with that the Steelers defense completely dismantled at home. He seems to be like alternating bad and good weeks, so he's due for a good week. But I just like Burrow. I do. Raiders, that game should be okay. Dolphins or Titans D. I'd rather have the Titans. I get the matchup against the Jets, but I don't believe in Miami's defense at all. I'd rather the Titans defense has been rolling. So it's like a good matchup. Give me the better defense. So I'm going Titans.
Midnight. Need to drop one of these after this week since CH is back. Drop one Ertz, Freeman, Newton, Jeff Wilson, or Gaskin.
I'd drop Ertz. Fuck Ertz. Like Freeman or Ertz would be the ones I drop midnight. But Ertz would be the first drop for sure. I know we've already pawned for likes and everything, which again, likes if you give us that thumbs up if you haven't already. But we also want to keep getting our subscribers. We're 100 away now, even less than 100 away from 2K. My goal was to get to 2K by the end of November. We still have some time, but by Thanksgiving, that'd be even better. So let's try to get to 2K, folks. If you're here, you're new, and you haven't already hit that sub button, and you like what we're doing, hit that bell. We are live Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. every single day, Monday through Thursday, and then 11 a.m. on Sundays as well, 5 times a week, answering all your questions. We love to do it. And all we ask is a thumbs up and a sub if you like what we're doing here. Would be very appreciated. So thanks again, guys, for being here. Let's help us get to that goal. I guess this week will be a little bit different. I don't know if we'll be linking up on Thanksgiving, CJ, or not, because Thanksgiving's always a fun one in the morning. I'm throwing a turkey on the smoker. I'll definitely be live while I do the turkey on the smoker. I can't fucking wait. But maybe I'll see you there. Who knows? Are you coming back?
I don't even know who's playing on Thanksgiving. Obviously, it's like the typical teams, but I don't know who they're playing. Yeah,
it's the Lions facing the Bears. It's Cowboys. I actually don't know. I have no fucking clue who's playing.
Do you know what the Sunday night is?
Nope, no clue. We'll continue on. Are you coming back to Bev though?
I might have to. Might make an appearance. At least the night before.
Let me know if you. Oh yeah, night before. Let's link up. It's been a while since we've had a fucking beer together. Let's get together. We know where that will go. That would be ugly. We've had some ugly Wednesday night before Thanksgiving together for sure.
Always.
We should do it again.
Always disgusting.
All right, Tunes. What do we got here?
Dropped. I think you. Oh no, yeah, you are at Tunes. All right, so dropped Gallup last week in the league. Now I'm starting both Ayuk and Corey Davis.
Oh, that sucks. I'd rather have Ayuk than either of them. But yeah, alrighty. And get those likes up. Thank you, Tunes. Absolutely our favorite hype man out there. Thank you, Tunes. Get those likes up indeed, folks.
Definitely. So Salman Ahmed's actually out, so that's your decision there. And then drop Carr for Newton.
Yeah, why is Ahmed out? When did that happen? Like he was my Hail Mary of the week. I was actually kind of pumped to stream him in some DraftKings today. I don't know what happened there. But Is there any report on that, CJ?
Yeah, I know I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, search on Salvin Ahmed for me. It's like such a fucking stupid, useless thing, but still, I don't know what's going on there. So clearly, it's Lat Murray and drop Carr for Newton. I personally prefer Newton myself, so yeah, I would do that for sure.
Omar Kelly, who's like their big beat guy. He said Duke Johnson just leapfrogged him.
Duke Johnson's gonna catch a touchdown.
I didn't even know Duke Johnson on the Dolphins.
Duke Johnson's catching a touchdown. You heard it here first. We're gonna cut this right here. Duke Johnson's catching a touchdown today, Wolfpack. So 4K. We'll see that clip on Facebook and Instagram next week. Gallup or Galladay? I go Gallup all day. Like Galladay is toast. We were so off Galladay all year. Why would we ever get back on him? Like we've been right on that.
Galladay's like the league biggest heist man.
The biggest fake alpha of all time. Like every trait of an alpha, but isn't an alpha at all.
And he just doesn't like playing football either.
Doesn't like he's a bitch.
I kind of respect he got paid for some reason and then just decided he doesn't feel like
the fakest alpha of all time. He got paid for being a fake alpha.
Mike Clay just got offered Dan Arnold for Elijah Moore. Needs tight end next week with Kelsey on the fly.
I mean, I'd rather have Elijah Moore, but
I'd pick up Henry on waivers.
Yeah, look at all those options. You got Hunter Henry before Dan Arnold all day. Yeah, get Hunter Henry. Easy.
India, Manny Sanders or Kirk?
I'm not answering any questions for this asshole after super chat. No, I got you. What do we got here?
Manny Sanders or Kirk, then Bateman or Cooks?
I go Manny Sanders, and as high as I am on Bateman, I'd actually go Brandon Cooks against Tennessee. Most points allowed to wide receivers. Manny and Cooks there. India. Thanks again for your fucking super chat. That one, I just felt that in my burp. I tasted it. Oh God.
DJ Johnson, Carr, or Russ?
My dad just texted me that exact question. I don't know. I am very skeptical of Russ right now. What do you think? I lean Russ because it's Russ.
That was just kind of like last week. I feel like that's just not going to happen again. There was like a snowstorm on the road, Green Bay.
Yeah,
it's not a good situation.
Yeah, I have Russ 11 and Carr 14.
His hand is probably very cold.
Very cold. I will say though, Carr is definitely safer. Like you'll get your 260, you'll get 1 to 2 touchdowns. You're probably going to get 16 to 20 something, 16 to 20 points. That's the nice part of Carr is exactly what you're going to get. If that's what you need today, DJ, then you go that. My matchup, I'll use myself as an example. If I was deciding between these two, I would pick Carr because I have a ton of great streamers. My opponent lost Marquise. He's playing Chenault. He's got a shitty situation. I'd rather have sure points. Carr is sure points. Most times, though, I am going to go Russ. I think Russ definitely has the higher ceiling, and that's where I'm going to go. Not Eli Mitchell in the last comment. Oh, I would rather have Donta Foreman than Eli Moore. We actually talked about that with that super chat from Stephen Drakes for a while. It's very close. It depends on your team composition, but I would prefer having Foreman in most rosters myself.
Well, Lamar's out, so it's Fields for you.
There we go, D-India.
Andres, hey guys, half PPR pick 1 receiver and 2 flex. Cooks, Bateman, Pittman, Wilson, J-Rob, Miles Sanders, Mike Carter.
So flexing Jeff Wilson and J-Rob. Love those 2 guys. And then the receiver, I go Pittman. Pittman does get Buffalo. Tough matchup.
It's a tough matchup.
I think it's going to be tough matchup, except they get up big early. I think Buffalo is just going to fucking slaughter through the air today. And I think long down the line, that means Pittman will get peppered. He is the alpha there, and it's no question.
Yeah.
I go Pittman. I get the matchup for Cooks. Could catch a deep ball, no doubt. Bateman would have been my lock if Lamar was playing, but I'm going Pittman here. Do you agree, CJ?
I'm going Cooks over Pittman.
I like Tunes answering the super chats with us. Everybody in the chat should answer. Anyone that's willing to support the site, the whole chat should come together and answer it for it. So we were in agreement there, Davis and Goddard too. So nice.
Mike Clay, James Palmer saying they're watching CH closely and don't know how much he's going to play. Would you fire up D-Will?
I fire up D-Will still. Yeah, absolutely. Derek Juice giving the nice thank you. Good manners in our chats. Love it. The Wolfpack is so kind and polite to each other.
Fatty Mateo, happy Sunday, fellas. Help me with my running back too.
Well,
come on, Fatty.
It's very easy to help you when we need the options here. So I'm wondering if that's down there at some point. I think it is. I see it down there.
That's a day one guy. He knows better than that.
He knows better. Fatty Mateo, one of our favorites.
Anthony Ruffin, pick 3 of these. Mix and DK. Well, there's
Good fucking Lord.
There's only 3 options.
Yeah, DK, Metcalf, Evans, and Mixon. Oh, he corrected himself here. All right.
Mixon, DK, Evans, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson.
I lock in Mixon. I lock in Evans. It comes down to Metcalf or Deontay for me. I think I go Metcalf. I kind of always do. I know last week that did not pan out for us, but I don't know. Deontay is certainly safer. 13 targets and 4 of his last 6. Like, I get that too. Mixon and Evans are the locks for me. Yeah. I'd probably go DK over Deontay. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going DK.
Yeah, Claypool's back too. Yeah, DK. Let's go those first 3 there, Anthony. Mixon, DK. Is that how I just looked. I want to make sure my rankings reflect that. I have DK 12 and Deontay 13. It couldn't be closer, but that's how I have it ranked. So we're going those first 3, baby. Good luck, Anthony.
Grind don't stop. Dan Arnold's my tight end 1 today. Any concerns as far as the 49ers defense? What a fun player.
What a fun player. Yeah, Dan Arnold, the definition of fun. You can't spell fun without Dan Arnold in it. No, what's fun about anything with the Jags? Nothing. But what is fun about Dan Arnold is he's led the team in receiving for 3 straight weeks. He has like 6 catches in 3 straight. He's okay. Like, he's going to get it done. He'll be okay for you. Very high floor, very low ceiling. It's just like the floor and the ceiling are the same thing for him, and that's okay. You know you're going to get about 8 to 12. And he's not going to go above that. He's not going to go below it. It's just going to be okay for you. I wouldn't call it fun. Fun might be an exaggeration, but he's okay.
DJ Johnson, full PPR, Corey Davis, or Ayuk?
I prefer Davis. I do. I'm not into Ayuk. I'm not. And maybe he blows up against Jacksonville, but again, that would be the second good game he's had all year. I need to see more before I go in. What do you think of Ayuk? We've gotten a lot of questions about him, CJ. What is your opinion of him? I'm so easy to dismiss him. Should I?
So I ended up dropping him. So he's now on my shit list for the entire season. I'm over him. Devo is just such an animal on that team. So like all those carries he was getting to was just a great player.
Would you go Davis over Ayuk?
Yeah, probably. Ayuk is just he's too sketchy. Shanahan hates him one day. He'll drop a pass or run a wrong route, and he's in the doghouse. It's like, dude,
right.
Hey. No consistency there. Daniel Holland is Cam more stashing. I have Hurts and Tannehill and stashing Lance. You can have 4 quarterbacks.
No need to have Lance anymore. Lance isn't happening this year. It sucks. I'll take that L. I loved Lance. I thought the upside in round 10 was a beautiful sight. And granted, there weren't that many round 10 picks that were like going to be better than him, I guess. But it sucks. And there's no reason to have him. I'd stash Cam. The thing with Cam though is his schedule is juicy now to the playoffs. And in the playoffs, he has the hardest schedule among QBs. So it's like, do you stash that? If you want Cam, you want to use him now. That's when he has his cakewalk matchups.
Millie C, top of the morning, Lobos.
Top of the morning to you, brother. Thanks for coming in.
Brandon Stop is TY worth rostering.
Probably not. It depends what your options are, but most likely, I don't know.
Fatty with his RB2 full
There PPR. We go. Now we got the question in.
Z Ernest, Drake, Ty Johnson, Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson. Oh, and that's not even barf. Jeff Wilson's going to get 2 touchdowns today.
Flex one of these full PPR. Kirk, Beasley, or Mooney.
I go Kirk. No Hopkins today. Absolutely.
Millie, pick one of the flex. Darrell Williams, Collins, Ayuk, Galladay.
Daryl, definitely. Even though CH is back, I'm going Daryl.
Brandon Suck, give me a prediction for Jeff Wilson. Yikes. Here we go.
230 rushing. I love Jeff, though. I think he is finding the end zone minimum once. I think he's happening twice today. And let's add 80 rush yards and 25 receiving. So 100 total, 2 TDs, monster day for Jeff fucking Wilson today, baby. What do you think, CJ? What's your projection for Jeff?
I like the touchdown a lot. I'd say 1 touchdown and 95 yards rushing.
That's still a great day. Yeah. Like it a lot.
V-Lock and Jeff Wilson and Gibson or Pittman.
I'm going Wilson. Pittman's definitely the smarter, safer option. I'm all in on Wilson today, baby. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll roll Wilson there. Gibson, Gibson is coming off a huge day, but
I know.
Can't do it.
Wilson, baby.
So many carries. Grind and stop. Chances Emmanuel Sanders scores a touchdown.
Big, because as we talked about last week, 93% of touchdowns against the Colts have come through the air. I think that's a great shot for Sanders. It is a little bit more of a mixed bag now that Knox is back and Beasley might be held. I don't know. It's all over the place. And now Davis had a 100-yard day. Like, I think behind Diggs, it's very tricky to know who's going to do what. But Sanders is still the number 2 there, in my opinion. I think Sanders finds the end zone today. What are your thoughts? If you had to flip a coin and said Sanders gets it or not, what do you think?
Yeah, sure.
He's in. He's in for a touchdown from CJ with that enthusiastic. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't really care about him at all. He's not just not a player I care about. Trevor Hammer, Darrell Williams, or Miles Sanders?
I'm going Darrell. I'm not worried about CH yet, and I'd rather wait and see what Sanders does. So give me Darrell there.
Joe Vogel, Watkins, or Rondale Moore? Ugh.
Oh, we answered that one.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad you love the stream. We gave you a few names to look for, Joe. Again, I go Watkins if I have to go one of these two, I think. Maybe I go Rondale and he rips a big play. But we gave you a few streams. Agnew being my favorite. Higgins being he's out there everywhere, and I'd prefer him over those guys.
Derek Jones was just thinking Ayuk and Goddard, but it wouldn't come down to that question if I was missing Cooper and Hopkins.
That was a super chat earlier. So always go with the gut. Always fall on your own sword. But we preferred the other option to Ayuk. We preferred Goddard with you, and then it was the other option. I forget exactly who it was, but I knew it was not Ayuk.
Grind, no stop, joy drop. Latavius for Agnew or Logan Thomas?
Do you need a tight end? Because Logan Thomas could go nuts down the stretch. They have a very easy passing schedule. But otherwise, I really do like Agnew. I think he is a very unique, Cordarrelle Patterson-esque type of player that gets hit. He gets running back touches. He gets receiver touches. He moves all over the place. I love players like that, and he makes plays every time the ball's in his hand. I'm a pretty big fan for Agnew right now.
Tracy Rumpersad. It's Pepe. My phone is dead.
Hey, Giuseppe. Pepe.
Who do I start? Half PPR, Gibson, Darrell Williams, or Miles Sanders?
I go Gibson here. I do, like I've said, I'm not as worried about Darrell Williams as many might be, but I still would take Gibson this week.
M. Hart, pick one of these. Tony, Sanders, or Claypool, full PPR?
I go Sanders. They're all big play, hope for the big play. I like Sanders with Josh Allen going against the Colts. What do you think? Do you have a different leaning?
No, I'll roll with you there. You've talked me into Sanders.
And last time I did that, he got 0 points, just as a reminder.
Yeah. I think I had in my DraftKings lineup. Help me out again, please. Need 2 running backs and a flex. As of now, I have Dylan and Wilson, but I
love it.
J-Rob, Montgomery, and Deontay Johnson.
So you got some great options. Holy shit. I would go Dylan, J-Rob, Deontay, I think. Wilson versus J-Rob is definitely up in the air. And Montgomery's a great option too. Kurt, you got a good fucking squad there, Kurt. Good squad, Kurt. Dylan's the lock. You can't bench Dylan with 20 plus touch upside against a bad Minnesota team that's averaging, 150 yards on the ground allowed. Love Dylan. Gotta lock him in. Wilson is shockingly safer than J-Rob, but Robinson is all year been pretty good. Wilson's just I'm the lead back for the 49ers, and that's a great system. Bet on me. And it usually pans out. Wilson panned out in the past. And Deontay, 13 plus target. I think, is this half PPR, full PPR? What is this?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say. Assuming it's half, I might actually go Dylan, Wilson, Robinson. Go 3 running backs there.
That was initially what I was doing.
Yeah. If it's full PPR, then you work in Deontay over Wilson, in my opinion. But otherwise, I'm going 3 running backs.
Derek back, Gibson or Mike Carter?
I prefer Gibson. The fact that he was worked in for the receiving work he was, I like that.
Grind, no stop, desperate for a win this week, sitting at 6-4.
I don't know if they're desperate. I mean, I have a league where I'm 2-8. That's desperate. I'm 6-4, and I love it in one league.
Well, he's probably teetering on the playoff line.
I like it though. Let's get that W, no doubt about it. And thanks again, Steve. I know we already covered this, but $10, very generous super chat. We do have, what is it? 40, I'd say about a half hour left because we do need to check our own lineups and get our own DFS stuff set. So we have 30 minutes left. I'm going to go rapid fire in about 8 minutes. So anyone that does want to get to the top of the line, wants an in-depth answer, that super chat function, as Steve Michelson did for us, 1 is a great way to support the site and is so appreciated. But 2, we'll make sure to hit your question first and put you at the top of the line. But we will go rapid fire in about 8 minutes. Because we still have a shitload of questions to answer. Let's continue.
Don't stop. I'm going with Tony in the flex this week. Hopefully, he won't disappoint. I'm actually starting him myself, so I feel decent about it.
As a talent, I love him. Matchup, great. Should be awesome. My concern is not anything to do with him. It's 100% to do with Jason Garrett. I think he's a fucking idiot, and I don't know. It's not very guaranteed in my opinion.
Tony Kamaj, Gibson or Cotter in the flex?
Gibson. I know we answered that one earlier. I like Gibson for a touchdown potentially.
Tom Sick, Tony, Mike Will, Ayuk, Manny Sanders, pick one. Feel full PPR.
I go Manny Sanders here, Ben. Good to see you, Ben. Much appreciated. And now we got a super chat. So I'm going to run down to that one. Oh, Falanini gave us. We got a couple of the one set, like the lower ones. I'm sorry I missed those. If it's not like more than $4, for whatever reason, it doesn't pop up on our software. But we have a few super chats down here that we will make sure to go get to.
Lawrence Franklin, what's up, Wolf? Would you start Higgins, Wilson, Gallup at the flex? Full PPR.
I go Wilson. I'm all in on Wilson. Full PPR does make it tougher. If I had to pick a receiver, it would be T. But I think Wilson's found the end zone twice today, Lawrence Franklin. Thank you again so much for your support. We greatly appreciate that. I go Wilson. Do you agree, CJ, or do you lean differently?
No, I mean, it would be between him and Higgins, I think. It's a good question, but I would go Wilson there with the running back, the guaranteed touches.
We're both in there. With, again, no Mitchell, no Hasty. He's going to get all the work in one of the best schemes in the league, and that's always smashed for Jeff Wilson in the past. I'm banking on it smashing again. Let's get to the pounds again.
Ryan Hemmings. Roster space question. Should you stash Zach Wilson at QB2 and Simeon and Hill, I think?
I don't know what you're asking, brother. I'm sorry.
I think he's asking if you would you stash Zach Wilson, Simeon, or Taysom in a 2 QB league, is what I think it is.
Of all the options, I don't think Taysom's ever getting the QB role, at least not this year. He's not healthy. Something's off there. He's not he would have been starting by now if he was ever going to start. So I don't think Hill's worth a stash. So Wilson versus Simeon, I don't know. I don't know that Wilson's going to get the job back. They're rolling without him. I could see this being one of those years where they just kind of like, all right, Wilson, you're done. We're going to like draw out your injury and we don't see him again. I would just go with the Saints guy at Simeon. I don't know though. None of those guys are like great, intriguing stashes in my opinion. But I would roll Simeon. They do have a couple nice matchups down the road here. What do you think? Do you have any like any other insight on this, CJ? I don't know.
Zach Wilson sucks. I would probably go Simeon. I think he's going to be the starter the rest of the season, it seems.
He's the only one that we can look at on this list and say that guy's going to be starting games. The rest of it is just so up in the air. I would go Simeon, yeah.
Falanini, pick a quarterback flex combo, Fields, Mooney, or Cam and Bateman?
Cam Bateman. Oh, baby. Those two guys are way higher on my list, and I'm way higher on them than anybody. But I'm going Cam Bateman all day, Falanini. Thank you so much for the super chat. Are you on the same page as me, CJ? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I know. It's a big day for Fields. They can beat the Ravens today. Now they have their backup quarterback, and would have been a fun game in general. But I'm going with Cam and Bateman myself.
There we go. And thank you again so much for supporting the site. Between Falanini, between Ryan Hemmings, you guys are awesome. And all you other guys too that popped up there with even bigger super chats. You know, Lawrence and Steve and DeIndia making me chug a gross ass beer. It's all so appreciated. So thank you guys, indeed. Where did we were at? Man, I heard the news on Lamar. We were right here. Lamar owner, Tannehill, Fields, or Newton. Damn, I go Tannehill against Houston. Right? What do you think?
Yeah, I like Tannehill. Yeah, I go Tannehill today.
Tannehill over yeah, I'm adjusting that in my rankings myself, but I prefer Tannehill against Houston.
Grinders thought, man, I heard the Lamar Jackson news. Just picked up Tua. He's always our favorite streamer.
I think Tua is an awesome streamer this week. The Jets are giving up the most points per play, most yards per play. The only thing that's like against QBs for them is the fact that they're so bad against running backs that Gaskin's going to have himself a field day, but Gaskin might catch the touchdown too. So yeah, you're going with that.
Tom Sick is like Clark Kent, or is he just like looking at glasses on? He is. He's a great looking guy.
It's Clark Kent, baby. That's Superman himself right there, Ben.
Tim Grassick, Josh Jacobs, or Miles Sanders?
I go Jacobs. Good matchup. Good bet for a touchdown every week. Sanders, for me, he's a wait and see. That's how I feel about it.
Millie C, Collins, Williams, Ayuk, or Galladay, pick one.
I'm going to go. This is where I go Mike. I don't love Mike Williams, but when these are your options, you go for the 30-point dice roll.
Ryan Hemmings, afternoon, gents. Hope you're well. Can you help with Heineke versus Simeon and Foreman versus Sanders?
I know you already super chat this one, and we went Heineke over Simeon, and then I personally went. It was Emmanuel Sanders, if I'm not mistaken. And I went Emmanuel over Foreman, but it was very, very close. But I know we already talked about that one. It was right here, right? Oh, it's Miles Sanders versus Foreman. I go Foreman, and I go Heineke. I think we already talked about that one a bit.
Moreno, Galladay, Shepard's out, or Elijah Moore, best value and add for rest of the season.
I go Moore
for today.
I think Shepard. So if it's rest of the season, I do think Shepard might be the safest, but I'd rather just add Eli Moore this week. Go for Shepard next week if Moore just disappears on you. But again, he's the wide receiver 5. Top 5 wide receiver in fantasy, above everybody other than 4 other guys these last 4 weeks. That's pretty impressive. That's great talent. That's why we were so high on him in the beginning of the year. That's where I go, Eli Moore.
Cade Smith, Foreman, Monster, Galladay at the flex.
Foreman, baby, all day. I think without McNichols, definitely a nice receiving floor.
At Sullivan with Lamar out, so I start Mayo, Sanders, Mooney, or Bateman.
I still go Bateman myself. What do you think, CJ?
Yeah, I mean, as Sanders doesn't move the needle for me as much, and then Mooney is just flip a coin with him every week. Who knows?
It comes down to Sanders or Bateman for me.
Yeah,
Sanders is a smarter play with a better QB, but I'm going to go Bateman because I'm just pot committed. I'm going Bateman over Galladay. I do think we're getting close to rapid fire, but we'll do a couple more, and then I'll rapid fire this.
Benny Jennings afraid Lattimore will be on Smith. Fuck it, Smith is going to rock Lattimore today. Beers are cracking, wings are cooking, birds.
Beers are cracking. You already saw me chug one, Denny. You better put one back. My guess is with that Wolfpack howl, he's already putting them back, and I love it. Let's go, baby.
We need to start getting some like a weekly guest. Like Denny will come in on like a Sunday. Random people will come in on Sunday.
It'd be awesome. Get the Wolfpack legends, Link Clegg, all the boys. Hell yeah.
I think we got a super chat down the bottom.
All right. Well, I go Bateman over Galladay, Russell. And now let's jump down to Christian Johnson. Thank you so much for your super chat. Much appreciated.
Who should I drop for Miles Sanders? Pollard, Howard, Ayuk, already has Debo, or Schultz?
My answer to this one, Christian, thank you so much for supporting the site too. I would say Schultz if you have a good tight end. If your tight end situation is sketchy, then I go to Ayuk. But I think Ayuk, I don't know that you have to roster Ayuk in most leagues. I think one of the most valuable situations to roster him is when you have Debo. It's almost like a wide receiver handcuff in that sense because Debo, as great as he's been, he does have a sketchy injury past. So if that ever happens, last time Debo was out, Ayuk was the wide receiver 3 in fantasy as a rookie behind only Adams and Tyreek Hill. So should something happen to Debo, Ayuk has immense upside. And you have Debo on your roster, so he has some pretty good value there. So assuming, Christian, that you have a good tight end ahead of Schultz, this week might be okay for Schultz, but when everybody's healthy and in there, he had a 6% target share. He was nothing, and that's kind of what I expect that role to be. So I think Schultz is the easy drop unless your tight end situation is very sketchy. That's how I agree with that. All righty. CJ's in agreement. Let us now find where the fuck we were. We have a lot. So we're going to, we have the beers cracking with him. We have Bateman or Galladay, Higgins, Gallup. I'm going to go rapid fire, CJ. You ready for that?
Roll it.
Let me know if I say anything dumb or stupid. But Higgins, Gallup, or Harris. I'm going Higgins, but it's very close. D. Harris already played, unless it's Deontay Harris, and he's nothing lying game. And right when I get to rapid fire mode, Wolfpack, hit me that thumbs up right as we get into this mode for us. Help us get out to more people. Help us continue to grow. Would be so greatly appreciated, Wolfpack. So one last plea for the thumbs up. And I'm seeing some new names like Lion Game. If you're new here and you haven't already, hit the bell. We'd love to get to 2K by the end of November. We're going to rip. Let's go, baby. So Higgins over Gallup and Harris for me. Collins, Williams, Ayuk, Galladay. Pick one for the flex. I don't know who the fuck Williams is. There's 1,800 Williams in the fucking NFL. Assuming it's Daryl or Mike, I'd probably go there. Apologies. Me again. What's up, Ryan? Eli Mitchell, he's not in. If he's out, Wilson is over all of those guys, 100%. Yep. Drake, Peterson, Freeman, half flex one. I'm going to go I hate all of them, Trim. I'm going to go Drake, though. I'm going to go Drake. We got Shades with a fresh and juicy super chat. Good way to cut the line here. Standard scoring flex. Jeff Wilson, Ingram, or Collins. I like Ingram the most. Right after, though, and in standard, it's very close between Ingram and Wilson. They're neck and neck, and I honestly do think Wilson has higher touchdown upside. I'm still going Ingram, though. I think Wilson, again, as I said, has probably 2 touchdown upside. So the higher ceiling is with Wilson, but after last week, 85% of snaps, touchdown, all the receptions. I know that doesn't matter with standard, but Ingram is so high involved. That's where I'm going. I'm going Ingram is my play. Would you go Ingram over Wilson in standard? It's really close for me, CJ.
Yeah, I like Ingram the best today out of all those guys. I don't think it is close, but at the same time, I don't find it that.
All right. So we are in agreement. We're going Ingram. And that is where we lean. I'm just finding my spot. Thank you again for the support, Shades. We greatly appreciate it. And we left off, there it was, the super chat. Drake, that's where we were. So flex, Bateman, Galladay, or Gronk. I'm going to go, even with Lamar's Goody adjustment, I'm going Bateman, even without Lamar. That's where I'm going. Sanders or Tony. I'm going Sanders, Ben. I think I feel really good about him today. Pittman or Renfro. You got to go Pittman, even with a tough matchup. I'm going Pittman there. Dearness or Agnew. Ooh. For the rest of the season, I would rather have Dearness just in case something else bad happens here, especially if you're not starting one. 49ers or Bears. I'm going to go Bears look pretty intriguing against Huntley today. Just realized Gallup's available. Bateman, Landry, Gallup, Sanders. I still prefer Bateman myself, Tony, but most people would tell you Gallup today in that shootout style matchup. Drake, Freeman, Peterson, Ayuk, Flex 1, half PPR. We just answered that for you, Krim. So I'm going to put you in timeout. But I do go Drake as a reminder. You're a new user, so you probably don't realize to not repeat. I do get to all your questions. So now you are in timeout. But thank you for being here. Now I got to – the one thing that sucks with timeout is I always lose my fucking place because it brings you to the bottom. So please stop repeating, guys, because it fucks up the flow of the show. You guys know better. Where the fuck were we? Tony, just realized Gallup. That's where we were. Darrell Williams or Mark Ingram in flex today. Definitely Mark Ingram for me with CH being active. I know I don't believe in him too much. Full PR, flex 1, Gaskin, Pollard. Oh, it's Gaskin. No doubt about it, especially with no Salvin Ahmed. Saquon or Gaskin? Ooh, that's really close. I think I actually go Gaskin in that Jets matchup. Do you think that's crazy, CJ, Saquon versus Gaskin?
No, I love Gaskin today. He's one of my favorite. He's like a DraftKings lock for me.
There we go. Rodgers or Tannehill. I'm going Rodgers. Minnesota, he usually bombs them. Pittman or Renfro. Pittman, Cody, you. Been hearing about Bateman all week. This should be smashed even without – I'm with you, Grind. Appreciate you weighing in. Pittman or Renfro. Cody, you're going to timeout. We've had that one a million times. We left off on Jay Ray was the next man up. Stop repeating your questions, assholes. Thank you for being here, but please stop doing that. It throws off the flow of the show. Fuck, where were we? I had us. Jay Ray, there you are. Goddard or Kmet, PPR. I definitely go Goddard with that 40% target share. Kmet, I do love today at 3,400 on DraftKings, one of my favorite plays. I'm all in on him on DraftKings, but if I had the option, I'd go Goddard over him. Renfro or Claypool, Giuseppe, I'm going Renfro, no doubt about it. Sanders or Beasley, definitely Sanders apex, way higher upside. Boswell or Prater, kickers are people too. Not really Giuseppe, but I go Prater there. Actually, no, with no Kyler Murray, give me Boswell tonight. Gainwell's inactive. We'll rotate 3 running backs and go to Dickhead Sirianni. He's certainly a dickhead, no doubt about it. Denny Jennings, you're the best. Thank you, Giuseppe. You're the best. Bateman or Robbie? I'm going Bateman even with the QB concerns. Hollywood is out for all the Batemans. We know that, Ben. Thank you so much, though, for helping out and commenting on CJ's beauty all the time. Duke Johnson running back 1 season. Yes, indeed. Dolphins have Duke Johnson. Oh, that's probably when we were questioning why Salvin Ahmed. Thanks for the love, Tim Gray. Thank you for being here from day one. Chargers D or Packers? I like the Packers D. They are rolling right now. Bateman still a go? I think so. Certainly ahead of Gabriel Day. All of those options, yes. Give me Bateman all day, Ryan Higgs. Mark Ingram or Jeff Wilson? I go Ingram by 1 spot higher. It's very close, Sebastian, but I go Ingram. Feeling no. Robert Morendo, can't have Wilson in the lineup after playing Harris on Thursday. That sucks. Have Elliott Montgomery. Yeah, that's too bad, but I still stand by Harris against the Falcons. He should have found the end zone. He was every time he got the ball, it was like 10 yards. He was killing it. It just is tricky because they're now in such a committee. Bateman or Corey Davis? Give me Bateman, but very close. Gibson, Carter, or Darrell Williams for Derek. I'm going Gibson there. Galladay, Adrian Peterson, Bateman, or Dearness for the flex. Give me Bateman over those guys. I don't do IDP Russell Kaiser, so Bobby Wagner. I don't know. Darius Leonard's the best linebacker in the NFL. Give him that. Collins, Williams, Ayuk, or Galladay. Again, Millie C, I have no fucking clue who Williams is. So Williams. There you go. There's people asking 100 questions in a row. Just give them your – I love take your team. Seriously. 100%. Who will be a better – I love that question from Kurt. Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, or Tony Pollard. Better hold is – I think Sanders is my number one, but Pollard is very close behind him as a hold, one of the best in the league. Bateman going to be subbing with all the hype. Bateman better sub to the channel. Huge fan of the RSJ, no doubt about it. Hello. I'm in a 2 QB league. Oh, we already talked about this one for you. Fry or Muth or Schultz. I'm going Fry this week for the TD. Tannehill or Kyler. Going Tannehill because Kyler's probably not going to play Brian Griffin. Lamar is out. I don't know what that was about. Any sneaky picks for week 12? Jamal Agnew always. Newton or Rodgers? I'm going Rodgers myself. Starting Bateman, there we go. Grind don't stop. No matter what, Bateman won't disappoint even with Lamar. He's prime for a breakout. I'm with you. He already kind of broke out last week, but even bigger breakout coming today. Newton or Garoppolo, considering dropping Carr. I'm going Newton, baby. No doubt about it. Kyle Toons playing Mixon, Dillon, Gibson, Darrell Williams in the league. Feel good. You should feel good about that stable. That's solid. Dearness or Singletary? I'm going Dearness. I think he'll get a lot of mop-up duty, and he's going to crush the Lions, as does everybody. Who would you drop for Sanders? Pollard, Howard, Schultz, or Ayuk? Get rid of Schultz or Ayuk. Either one. Doesn't matter. Whatever you need more. Grind don't stop. Trust Bills defense? Yeah, absolutely. But I'd go Browns, though, 100% against Tim Boyle, Tim Coyle, whatever the fuck his name is. Hey, guys. Happy football. Broderick, good to see you. Collins, Kirk, Emore, Tony. You got to start one in a standard league. Give me Elijah Moore. What up? Happy football Sunday, Yash Patel. Indeed. My opponent doesn't have Cup. That's pretty nice. Sigh of relief indeed, Midnight 201. Who allows more points today, Browns or Bills? I think the Bills allow a little bit more. They're facing Tim fucking Doyle or Poyle or Coyle or whatever the fuck is. What is his name, CJ? Boyle?
Sorry, I put myself on mute. Yeah, Tim Boyle.
Tim Boyle. Fun stuff. Just a heroic performance battling through the rest of the stream. Post-pumpkin chug, Wolfie. Needed a sacrifice. There you go. That was your sacrifice. It's just as good as cutting a finger off as chugging off-season pumpkin beer. Just for you, Christy India. No doubt about it. Tony, and thank you for supporting the site, too. Really appreciate it. Tony, Ayuk or Agnew? Give me Agnew. Ayuk and Tony. I mean, Agnew and Tony very close, but higher floor with Agnew. Wilson, Ingram, Collins. I'm going Ingram shades. Very close against Wilson, though. Bateman or waiver wire? Definitely Bateman, no doubt. Ingram or Wilson. Yeah, Ingram over Wilson for myself. But it's very close. Devonta, 120 and 2 TDs. Beers up, boys, from Denny Jennings. The beers are always up for Denny, and I fucking love it. I'm wondering, Jeff Wilson or Saquon? PPR need a dub. I go Saquon, but, man, is even a lock? You might have to just go Jeff Wilson to be safe. Emore with Flacco or Bateman with Hundy? I'm going Bateman. What do you think on Emore versus Bateman? I'm going Bateman myself.
Oh, I'm going Bateman there.
There we go.
Yeah, it's not easy. That's easy.
Guys, can you break down the rationale behind the Jeff Wilson one? Fatty Mateo. I am obsessed with Jeff Wilson. He had 3 touchdowns in 2 different games last year.
He destroyed the Patriots.
Anytime he's a starter, he fucking delivers. One of them was in the fantasy championship. One of them was fucking from me. Wolf did give me a reach around. Yes, that's also a good part of it. He gives a fucking mean reach around, Jeff Wilson. One of the best in the game. But yeah, he's fucking awesome. Every time he starts and gets the work, he just kills it. And the team loves him. He's the only guy left standing and one of the best.
Those big thighs, those big biceps.
He just crushed my head with his thighs while he gave me a reach around, and I just fucking screamed. It was lovely, Fatty. Hurts or Tannehill? Give me Hurts all day. Giuseppe, why are you missing questions? You always ask a million questions and tune out and then come back. Fuck that. Gibson, Wilson, it's Gibson all day. I mean, I know it's Jeff Wilson all day. I think I heard Gibson, Wolfpack, help me out. No, it was Jeff Wilson, baby, all day. Wilson is over Sanders today while we see him happen. Thanks again for the support, Lawrence. We really appreciate it. Lamar Jackson, you're going to go Fields, in my opinion, coming off the best 2 games in his career. Drop Murray for Tua. Yeah, you got to. I would keep Dearness. Grind don't stop. You're welcome, Brian Hemmings. Darrell Williams and Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson all day, baby. Deontay Johnson or Jay Jefferson. Jay Jefferson, no doubt about it, Anthony Fella. Darrell or Jeff Wilson. Keen, you've asked your question a million times, so you're going to timeout, but it's Jeff Wilson, no doubt about it. I think we're getting close to the bottom here. Giuseppe, Baker or Cam? I'm going Cam all day. And Jimmy G and Cam's close, but I'm going Cam there too. Thanks again, Christian, for the super chat. Much appreciated. The Bateman train is real, guys. You don't disappoint. I love it. Grind. He loves it. Lobo, Tomos from Panama. Great to see you. Gallup or Bateman? I'm going Bateman, but I know the smart play is Gallup. I can't get off the Bateman train, though, so I'm riding it. Christian Johnson, Dalton Schultz, or Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry, 100%. Thanks again, Shades, for the super chat. We're going Ingram, but it's very close with him and Jay Wilson. Biggest sleeper today? I don't know. Fucking Agnew again. I don't know who the fuck Williams is for real. Might want to be a bit more specific for a more accurate answer. Thank you, Kurt. I 100% agree. Who the fuck is Williams? We got about 300 of them in the NFL.
I love Kurt as our bouncer right now.
Kurt is the bouncer. Kurt, we need you as an admin. We're hiring you. You are officially hired, Kurt. Come on over to the Roto Street staff. Send me a message. Zeke or Mixon? I'm gonna go Mixon, but it's really fucking close. How do you have to decide between them, fella? Like, how the fuck are they both not locked in? Todd Exotic. What a blast from the past. Where the fuck you been, Todd? Welcome back. Good to see you. And it's Jeff Wilson over Foreman for me, no doubt about it. David Campanile, you're going Gaskin 100%. We agreed with that. Flex, any Saint receiver over Cedric Wilson. I mean, maybe Callaway. I don't know. That's pretty damn gross, Ghost. Jeff Wilson or Montgomery. Give me Wilson. Give me Wilson all day, but that's close. Half PPR. Mike Williams or Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson, no doubt. CH or Mooney. Mooney. I think CH is not really going to play much at all. Don't know if someone asked already, but with Renfro or Bateman, I went Bateman. CJ went Renfro. Renfro is by far safer. Sure. You just need some sure points. You're going to go Renfro, but I like the upside of Bateman myself. Bateman is over Collins for me. Thielen or Mark Ingram. I'm going Thielen, no doubt. Mark Ingram's pretty damn close, actually. Give me Ingram. I'm going Ingram. Tough secondary Ingram there for Green Bay. Would you agree with Thielen?
Yeah, I'm going Ingram there.
There we go. Ingram over Thielen. Bateman, Gallup, or T. Higgins. I'm going Bateman. I'm going T. Higgins there. Lawrence Franklin. PPR. I don't even know what that question was. Myles Gaskin. I'm going Gaskin over these guys. As much as I love Jeff Wilson, I'm going to go Gaskin with nobody else there right now. Hawkinson or Dan Arnold. I'd go Dan Arnold. Be safe there. I'd go Deontay Johnson, Rico over Bateman. Hate repeat comments, but love when people put in the timeout. Yeah. It fires Ben up when people get sent into timeout. I love it. You should be fired up. Get the timeout, boy. Bateman or Beasley. Give me Bateman all day.
I'm just picturing like a bunch of commenters like in like the corner of their room, like
shuffling there like the dunce cap on. Like, no, we'll put you in timeout. Tua or Cam and Superflex. Tua is 100% safer. I like the upside of Cam though. I'm rolling Cam. Yeah, I'm going Cam Newton today. All in on him. Thielen or D. Smith. I have to piss so fucking bad. I'm trying to rip through these. I'm going Thielen over D. Smith, and I'm going Evans over Peterson. No doubt about it. Good luck, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. 100%. Those of you that are new here, please help us get to 2K. Like this video. Help us get to more people, but also sub to the channel. Bateman or Beasley. Definitely Bateman for me. No Lamar. Pick up Flacco or Huntley. I would fucking go for Flacco. Tua or Wilson. Give me Tua. Miles Sanders or Mike Williams. Half PPR. I'm going to go Mike Williams there and wait it out there. Thanks, CJ. Jägermeister shit for all. Drunk B will be tuned in. Love it. Good stuff, Denny Jennings. Good luck with that Jägermeister. Omar, Dawson Knox, or TJ Hawkinson. Definitely Dawson. I'm not into Hawkinson with Boyle, whatever the fuck his name is. Williams or Williams. I fucking love you, Denny. Fields or Huntley. I'm going to go over the first Williams, by the way. Fields or Huntley. I'm going Justin Fields, no doubt about it. You're welcome, Chris. Cam or Tua. I like Cam, even though he's less safe. I love the upside. Jamar or Zeke. Oh, I'm going with Zeke, but that's fucking wow. Fellow, who the fuck what's your team? How are you asking these questions? Latavius Murray, Devonta Freeman, Donta. I'm going Donta all day. I accept. Will work, yes. 100%. Love you. Number one podcast. Keep it the great work. Thank you for always being here, Kurt. You're the man. Amazing shirt. Beers up. Cheers.
I swear this show is taking a turn really quick.
I love it. Everyone is getting drunk. Everyone just comes here as their excuse to get fucking drunk. I'm into it. All the alcoholics, welcome all in. Pick 2, J-Rob, Mixon, Ingram, just subbed. Thank you, Brandon, for subbing. We really appreciate it. And I would go Mixon's the lock. J-Rob, Ingram safer. J-Rob higher upside. I'm going Mixon, Ingram. Why not? Thank you guys so fucking much. We answered that one just for you. Pick 2, J-Rob, Ingram, Mixon. You bet $5K. Holy fuck. I don't want any of that responsibility. That is fucking nuts, Brandon. I think Mixon and Mark Ingram are definitely safer. J-Rob's the higher ceiling. If you're betting $5K for like a tournament of some kind, good Lord, that's fucking nuts. Good luck. What do you think of Ingram, J-Rob, Mixon? I go Mixon's the lock. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
so I'm really
Mixon,
good on Ingram versus J-Rob.
I like Ingram. I love him in that offense. He gets so many touches. I'm going
so
Ingram.
So safe. Cowboys win 35-31. I really hope that's how that game goes. D. Williams or Evans? Mike Evans, no doubt about it. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys. Awesome stuff. Wolfpack, that was awesome. Great amount of rapid fire. Great fun down the road on your way out. If you don't mind hitting the thumbs up, it would be so greatly appreciated. If you haven't subbed, would be so great. Oh, fucking, we got a $5 super chat. I love it. Just because you had to piss. Thanks, Obi. I really do have to piss my fucking brains out. And CeeDee Lamb is absolutely going to go absolutely nuts today. Chiefs are going to have like the second or third most big plays. Oh, CeeDee Lamb, crazy day. Thank you guys so much. RoastRejournal.com. My updated rankings I'm going to be publishing right after I take a piss right now. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I'm the Wolf.
CJ, see ya.
And Wolf of the Fantasy Sheep. Be the Wolf, guys. Best of luck. Thanks again, guys, so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And best of luck today. Later, guys.